Live on a Saturday afternoon, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the second of a three-game baseball-style weekend series as the Grizzlies take on the Newfoundland Growlers. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting, and if we have a game as entertaining as we did last night, we're in for a treat, as the Grizzlies got a 4-3 overtime winner, as Dylan Fitz scored 5:09 into the extra session. It was the Grizzlies' first overtime game of the season, as the Grizzlies were the last team in the league to play past regulation. That was the only time the Grizzlies had a lead in the game, as in all three of the regulation periods, the Growlers scored first. Newfoundland took a 1-0 lead halfway through the first period as their all-star representative, Johnny Tykonik, scored. And then later on in the first period, it was Aaron Aragon finding the back of the net on a great centering pass from Grizzlies all-star Kyle Mayhew. Early in the second period, it was Dolan Dillingham scoring for the Growlers. And then later on in the second period, Josh Wesley scored on the power play. Early in the third period, it was the Growlers taking a 3-2 lead as Grant Cruikshank found the back of the net for the 14th time this year. Cruikshank, one of the best rookies in the league, and the Grizzlies responded with a tying goal that was scored by Grizzlies Iron Man Tyler Penner. And then in overtime, Dylan Fitz actually picked up a penalty 2.5 minutes into overtime, giving the Growlers a power play. Now, Newfoundland had some good looks on the power play, but goaltender Dante Januzzi was outstanding in net, and he gave the Grizzlies a chance there. Then once Fitz came out of the penalty box, he scored 39 seconds later on the same shift after he came out of the box, as it was a 4-on-4 overtime goal, as the Grizzlies came away with a 4-3 victory. Utah's probably playing the best hockey all season that they've played, as they have won 4 in a row, which is a season high for them. For the Growlers, they have lost 3 straight, and they've played a lot of close games, as 3 of the last 4 games for Newfoundland have gone past regulation. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's the 8th all-time meeting between the clubs. The Grizzlies have actually had a good amount of success against Newfoundland, as they are 5-2 all-time against the Growlers. It's going to be an interesting one tonight. Will Cranley will get the start in net for the Grizzlies. He'll be going up against Dryden McKay, who stopped 37 of 41 in last night's contest. When we come back, we'll give you the starters for both teams, as we're in business on a Saturday afternoon, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave right next to the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. The Grizzlies are a long way away from where I'm sitting right here, as they are in Newfoundland, which is really so far east. They're in their own time zone, 3.5 hours ahead of the Mountain Time Zone, which is where we're hanging out right now. Let's get to the starting lineup for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who are led by third-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich. His assistant is Christian Horn. Grizzlies have a record of 12-17 this year. They're 11-6 at home this season and 1-11 on the road, although the Grizzlies have won one straight on the road, as they are 1-0 in the 2024 calendar year, winning 4-3 in overtime. Starting in it is Will Cranley, who's making his 11th appearance overall and 5th with the Grizzlies. Overall, he's got a record of 2-6 with a 3.64 goals against average and an .895 save percentage. In his last appearance for the Grizzlies last week on December 30th, he stopped all 13 shots before he left due to an injury. And obviously, Cranley good enough to play this evening. In 4 games with Utah, he's got a record of 1-1 with an even .900 save percentage, as he stopped 90 of 100 shots, and he has a 3.84 goals against average. Grizzlies are rolling out with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen tonight. The starting defensive pairing, Brian Yoon, is going to be paired up with Quinn Wickers. Yoon leads the Grizzlies with a +6 rating this year. He has 2 goals and 9 assists in 29 games. Quinn Wickers is making his 10th appearance for the Grizzlies after being acquired in a trade with the Wheeling Nailers. Wickers has 1 goal and 3 assists in 9 games for Utah and a +2 rating. So Yoon and Wickers get the start defensively. We will see a lot of the Grizzlies all-star representative Kyle Mayhew. He's wearing number 27. Mayhew has an assist in 4 straight games. And he'll be paired up with Josh Wesley, the Grizzlies captain, who has a power play goal in each of his last 2 games. Wesley this season has 6 goals and 5 assists in 22 games for Utah. He's also appeared in 4 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. We'll also see the Arizona State product Jacob Semick in there, and he'll be paired up with Jordan Stone, who's in his 3rd season as a pro. Stone making his 17th appearance of the season. So starting defensemen again are Yoon and Wickers. We'll also see a lot of Mayhew and Wesley, as well as Semick and Stone. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies, last night hero Dylan Fitz is in there for Utah. He is 6'2" and 203 pounds. He has 4 goals and 3 assists in 14 games. Fitz obviously scored the game winner 5:09 into overtime in last night's game as he scored from the right side on a very similar looking shot to how he scored often for Utah. Adam Berg is also in the starting lineup, the former Cincinnati Cyclone. Berg has 3 goals and 2 assists in 17 games. And the Grizzlies Ironman, Tyler Penner, is in there. And obviously everybody's talking about Fitz's game winner, but it's Penner's game-tying goal late in the 3rd period, which is what sent the Grizzlies to overtime for the first time all season. Penner is going to be in there for the 174th consecutive regular season appearance and 198 if you count the playoffs. Penner has 4 goals and 1 assist in 29 games this season. We will also see J.C. Campagna wearing number 23. Campagna has 1 goal and 4 assists in 8 games. Mick Messner has 6 goals in his last 13 games. Messner overall this year has 9 goals and 7 assists. The 9 goals ranked 3rd on the club. And we'll also see Brandon Cutler in there wearing number 29. Cutler has 4 power play goals in his last 11 games. He has 10 goals and 10 assists this season. So we'll see Messner along with Campagna and Cutler. We'll also see Dakota Raby in there. Raby this season has 1 goal and 7 assists. Brett Stapley's been as hot as any Grizzly player. He has 8 points in his last 4 games, 2 goals and 6 assists. And Stapley's going to be in there wearing number 7, and he'll be lined up next to Cole Gallant, who's been just about as hot as Stapley. Gallant had 16 points, 5 goals, and 11 assists in the month of December, and Gallant had 1 assist last night. So we'll see Raby, Stapley, as well as Gallant. We'll also see Cody Cron, the former Cincinnati Cyclone. He's in there wearing number 28, and Aaron Aragon, who was the 2nd star last night. Aragon had 1 goal and 1 assist. So we'll see Cron and Aragon in there for the Grizzlies as well. So the starting forwards again are Fitzberg and Penner, but we'll also see Cutler, Messner, and Campagna, as well as Raby, Stapley, and Gallant, as well as Cron and Aaron Aragon, who was a star in last night's game. A couple Growlers to watch out for that are not in the starting lineup. Forward Zach O'Brien has an assist in 5 straight games. A couple of the Newfoundland goals last night came by way of defensemen. Johnny Tykonik, their all-star representative, as well as Nolan Dillingham, who has 3 goals this season. He'll be a defenseman. Also watch out for Isaac Johnson. Johnson has 28 points in 19 games. It's kind of odd on the box score. It says that it said that Dryden McCabe was going to be the starting goaltender. Well, teaches me not to look at the ECHL app, as according to the Growlers social media page, it's actually going to be Yakoslav Peksa that's going to get the start in net. Peksa, a 21-year-old who's on an NHL deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So the ECHL app had it wrong as to who the starting goaltender is going to be for the Growlers. It appears that Peksa is going to be in net. It's his 6th appearance this season. He has a record of 1-4 with a 5.06 goals against average and .847 save percentage. So it's going to be Peksa in net with the NHL deal with Toronto, going up against Will Cranley, who's got an NHL deal with the St. Louis Blues. We'll come back and have face-off over at Mary Brown Center, as hopefully the video feed will give us a good enough picture so we can describe the game to the YouTube audience. We're in business on a Saturday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountainland Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountainland Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
It's a great day for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as the Grizzlies take on Youngslav Peksa and the Newfoundland Growlers in the second of a three-game baseball-style weekend series. Tomorrow afternoon is going to start at 12:30, but the Grizzlies can clinch a series victory if they can come away with two standings points this afternoon. Youngslav Peksa is in net for the Growlers. It's his first professional season. He's 21 years old. He's got an NHL entry-level deal with the Maple Leafs. He has a 5.06 goals against average and .847 save percentage. For the Grizzlies, it's going to be Will Cranley in net, his first appearance since he got hurt late in the first period last Saturday. Cranley has a 1-1 record with a .900 save percentage for the Grizzlies. Starting defensive pairing is Unan Wickers. Starting forwards, Fitzberg and Penner for the Grizz. As taking the draw is going to be Adam Doff for Newfoundland. He's out there with Jordan Escott and Tate Singleton. Defensive pairing is James Melindy and David Ferentz. Melindy, a former Grizzly, as we get a whistle and a stoppage of play 5 seconds in. As the puck looked like it might have deflected out of play, I was actually looking at my notes, and they stopped play. As Grizzlies in the black jerseys will skate from right to left. As we see it on Flow Sports, your mind's eye see it on YouTube. I beg for a little bit of patience, as unfortunately we're at the mercy of this video feed. And it looks like they put 20 minutes back on the scoreboard clock as the Grizzlies won the draw, and we're underway. As Penner gets over to Yoon, over to Quinn Wickers. Looks like the lights aren't turned on all the way over in Newfoundland, or maybe it's just my screen. As puck back deep in the Grizzly zone, Cranley plays behind his net. He gets to Wickers. As Wickers moves ahead to Adam Berg, it's picked off as the Growlers feed it over to the near corner. As Growlers skate from left to right, Cranley behind his net will pitch it towards the far side. Fitz tried to move it ahead. It bounced off a Growler skate, and now it goes to Brett Stapley in his first shift of the game, or make that Yoon across to Wickers, who taps off the near glass to Berg, who moves it ahead to Penner. Penner left side, righty shot, saved by Peksa. Rebound, Zach O'Brien throws it towards the far corner. Now Fitz, far corner, chases after it. Puck glides towards Mayhew, as Mayhew has a glance off his stick, and it flies out of play as we get our first whistle 49 seconds into the game. As Brandon Cutler out there on the ice, the native of Canada, wearing number 29. Watch out for Cutler, who leads the Grizzlies with 103 shots. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game. As Dude's going to score first for Utah. I'm going with Brandon Cutler. He's tied with Nathan Burke, who's a scratch tonight for the club lead with 10 goals. Stapley will take the draw out there with Cole Gallant to his left, as Todd Skirving, the Growlers captain, takes the draw for the Growlers, and it's won by Utah. Josh Wesley, right side, shot, glove saved by Peksa, as he holds on in his Toronto Maple Leafs colored pads. The Growlers wearing a white jersey with dark numbers and a bit of gold mixed in, with Newfoundland on the front of the jersey spelled out with a mean-looking dog on the front of the jersey. Better crowd than last night. Friday, they had a blizzard in Newfoundland. It looks like a pretty good Saturday crowd has filed in. As the Growlers win the draw, they pitch it out to center ice, goes back to Utah as Josh Wesley throws it in. Pexa lets it go towards the far side as Stapley gathers it. He moves up top for Wesley. He'll take a shot that's blocked away. As Grizzlies gallop towards the near wing boards, it goes to Mayhew, toss it to the right side, but Wesley wasn't there. Growlers move a blue line to blue line pass that goes in deep, no icing, as the Growlers are able to get there first. As Mayhew holding up with a Growler that might be Isaac Johnson, number 23. Johnson's got 28 points in 19 games this year. Watch out for him. Grizzlies get blasted on the far side, but moving out to center. As the puck ricochets off of Stapley's stick, it goes to the Growlers. They feed it back into their own end. A minute 40 in, still no score. Grizzlies 2 shots. Growlers yet to take one. Newfoundland gains the line. They skeet towards the left circle. They got a ton of rookies on their roster this year. Growlers look to center it out in front. Grizzlies poke it back to center and gather the puck as Campagna crosses the red line and dumps it in. Campagna gets the puck as he'll feed it out in front looking for Raby. Raby gets blasted towards the far corner. Puck goes back over to, I believe, Jordan Stone, who rolls it around. As Semek's out there wearing number 17. As puck lifts in the air to the high slot, Growlers will carry it out to center. Jordan Berezowski will move it ahead, make that Jackson Berezowski as it goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. As Cranley behind his net throws it to the near side for Campagna. It's Campagna's 10 different team that he's played on. As he'll throw it to center ice. Growlers pick it off and throwing it back in as James Melindi, who played with the Grizzlies in the 2017-2018 season. Raby gets it to Campagna, gets towards center ice. He lifts it in as both teams make a change. 2.5 minutes in, still no score. Grizzlies have still outshot the Growlers 2-0. Newfoundland gets out to center ice. Puck got tipped at center and goes in as Cranley throws it off the end boards. As now the Growlers, right side, lefty shot. Saved by Cranley as Nils Shea took the shot from the right side. Shea had both goals in Newfoundland's 2-0 victory on November 25th against Utah. Shea this season has 9 goals and 8 assists in 30 games. So Cranley was able to hold on about 3 minutes into the contest. This looks like a good crowd is filed in there. It's taking the draw is Brock Caulfield against Brett Stapley. Caulfield wins the draw as Dillingham throws it to the right side. As Tate Singleton, righty shot, save, rebound shot, saved by Cranley. As the Growlers back along the right side will skeet towards the point. Newfoundland, Neil Shea gets to the left side as the Growlers fire towards the net, saved by Cranley, and he holds on as play is stopped with 16:54 left in the first. 2 former Grizzlies on the Newfoundland lineup tonight. Todd Skirving, the Growlers captain, has been with their team since just about the inception of the franchise. He played in 6 games with the Grizzlies in the 2017-2018 season where he had 1 goal and 2 assists in 6 games. James Melindi played in 53 games for the Grizzlies that year, and he had 3 goals and 11 assists and 162 penalty minutes. Skirving will take the draw against Grizzlies Ironman Tyler Penner, who's making his 174th consecutive regular season appearance, 198 if you count the playoffs. Grizzlies brush it ahead after winning the faceoff. Fitz will fire it in. Cody Cron chases after it, but icing is on the Grizzlies as we get another whistle, and the draw is going to come back towards Will Cranley. I know a lot of Grizzlies fans were asking about Cranley, and looks like he's okay after suffering a minor lower leg injury last Saturday. We're still early on, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice. Enjoy a little bit of Saturday with us. I know this would be the time where I take a Saturday nap. I got to be alive, awake, and alert, and hopefully the Grizzlies are alive, awake, and alert here this evening as well. Skirving will take the draw against Penner as the draw won by Utah. Brian Yoon in the area as the Grizzlies, somebody hiding behind the score bug, gets it to center ice. The Grizzlies skate in. Wickers drops off for Fitz left side. Fitz's shot is blocked by Johnny Tykonik's stick as the Growlers back behind their net, travel from left to right as Cody Cron stations himself around Pexa, the Growlers goaltender, as Johnny Tykonik fires it in. Somebody off the screen has it. It's Cranley behind Utah's net as we'll get it to Fitz. It glances off of his stick. Now back to center ice. The Growlers will back it out into their own end as Isaac Johnson, number 23, skates around Cron. Johnson gains the line right side. He gets it across. Grizzlies tap it back to center. Utah chasing after it as Brett Stapley gains the line. He stops on the right point. He gets held up along the wall. Now Stapley brushes to his left. Grizzlies skate towards the right circle. Righty shot goes high as it misses high over the crossbar. Glances towards Mayhew. Throws it back deeper into his own zone. Josh Wesley chases after it. He gathers it. Blue line to blue line pass. Tapped off his stick. It goes deep in the Growler zone. And chasing after it's Brock Caulfield, number 6. as he moves ahead to center. Now chasing after it's Mayhew. He gets it in the Grizzlies zone far side. He'll throw it around Cranley's net as the Grizzlies backhand it. It bounced off a Growler. As over to the right side, Growlers over in the corner. Tate Singleton delivers a hit on a Grizzly as Growlers get it back to the left point. As David Ferentz skates down the high slot, take a lefty shot that goes wide. Singleton back behind his net. He's being shadowed by Mayhew as Singleton, the Ohio State product, will bounce it to the left side. Now it kicks back towards the far wing boards. Backhand shot collides with Mayhew in the area as Mayhew got a piece of it. Grizzlies throw it back to center ice. Campagna left wing moves it across off the boards. Grizzlies enter on side. Righty shot goes wide. Campagna chases after it in the near corner. Goes back to the Growlers. 14:48 and counting left in the first. Still no score. Growlers, Neil Shea skates towards the near goal line. Backhand shot goes wide. Puck trickles off the far wing boards back to center ice. Growlers have it as they skate back into their own end, skating from left to right. Growlers, 5.5 minutes in. We'll throw a diagonal pass to Dillingham, who feeds it to the center ice logo. Growlers skate in as the big guy, Keenan Suthers, over to the right side. He's 6'8", and 245 pounds, wearing number 27. Can't miss him out there. Puck to the left point as the Growlers get it over to the left circle. Suthers in front of the net. Growlers feed the middle. Backhand shot goes wide as Suthers gets it off the boards. Right side, he'll take a lefty shot that goes wide over Cranley's shoulder. Puck glides towards the far wing boards, and now it kicks to the left point. Growlers lefty shot, and a blocker saved by Cranley. Grizzlies move it ahead. Growlers keep it in. Growlers skate towards their right high slot. Shot is blocked away. Cranley might have gotten a piece of it. There's a lot of traffic out in front of him. Tykonik in the right point. Rolls it back to the right corner as the Growlers get it back to Tykonik, the all-star representative. He had 1 goal and 1 assist last night. He gets it to the left side. One-timer, and it's blocked away. That was a righty one-timer by, I believe, Kapchek, as behind the Grizzlies net. Utah will skate towards the far side. Newfoundland on the back check pokes it towards the slot as O'Brien tried to get a shot off and couldn't. Grizzlies clear it out, and it looks like it's going to be icing on Utah as we get a whistle with 13.5 minutes left in the first period. Well, the Growlers had a ton of offensive zone time, but the Grizzlies kept it out of the net as it looks like Will Cranley is off to a good start here so far. As Cranley looks like he's really settled in. Had a couple tough outings against Fort Wayne, but he's played well in his last 2 appearances. Adam Daw will take the draw against Mick Messner. Referee tonight is Rocco Stakoviak. The linesmen are Daryl Butt and Jim Vale. Butt drops the puck, and the Grizzlies won the draw. It goes back to center ice. Singleton moves it ahead as Singleton gets it in the right side. Daw's in front of him. Singleton feeds it across left circle. Lefty shot goes wide as they try to find Daw out in front. More of a pass than a shot as Caulfield skates towards the left side, fires towards the net. It goes wide. Grizzlies hustle towards the near wing boards. They clear it out. Utah makes a much-needed line change. Just chasing after it is Jordan Escott, number 17. He's a big forward. He drops off to a defenseman. Growlers get it back to Escott, who lifts it in the air as the puck deflects out of it, flies out of play. 12:48 left in the first. As looks like we got a timeout on the ice. No score. Grizzlies with a slight edge in the shot count the first 5 minutes. Newfoundland responded with quite a few over the last 2 minutes. Still no score on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountainland Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountainland Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountainland.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
12:48 and left in the first period. Still no score. Grizzlies took the first 2 shots of the game. The Growlers responded with 5 unanswered. Tyler Penner and Josh Wesley have Utah's shots for the Growlers. Johnny Tykonik and Neil Shea each have 2 shots, and Grant Cruikshank has 1. As a goaltending matchup, Will Cranley for Utah, and the box score still lists Dryden McKay as the starter, even though Yakoslav Peksa is in net for Newfoundland. We've been skating 5-on-5 this entire time, as draw is going to be in the Growler zone. Skirving will take it for the Growlers against Brett Stapley, who's got 8 points in his last 4 games. Grizzlies win the draw. Brian Yoon, right point shot, kick saved by Pexa, as Gallant gets to the left side, as Stapley drops it off for Wickers in the left point. He moves it ahead as the Grizzlies along the near side collide with James Melindi. Does Cole Gallant now. Stapley, left side, shot save. Rebound, Pesca gets knocked around. A penalty's being called, as there was a lot of action just to Pexa's left. It looks like it's going to be on Brandon Cutler, and it looks like he doesn't like the call. James Melindi, who likes to talk smack, gives a few words to Cutler, as looks like Brandon Cutler's going to skate towards the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell, and the Growlers are going to get the first power play of the game. Guy chugging a beer, but there's a can there, so we can't see if he actually drank the beer or not. It looks like, just as in some other places, fans hold up their keg and their beer. She's got some popcorn, obviously too young to drink some beer. Growlers are on the power play after Brandon Cutler got 2 minutes. Looked like Pexa, the goaltender, was ran into. Gallant will take the draw against Grant Cruikshank. Watch out for him. He has 14 goals this year. Growlers win the draw as they get to the right side. Now back up top to the high slot for Tykonik. He feeds it to the left. As Growlers fire towards the net is blocked. Tykonik in the high slot with the blue line near him. As he'll get it to the left side. As Growlers throw it towards the middle. Growlers shot saved by Cranley. As puck towards the left side. Grizzlies get it at the far goal line and clear it all the way out. 30 seconds into the Growlers power play. This season they are 22.9% on the man advantage. Grizzlies penalty kill is 72.8%. Growlers gets a neutralize here early on. 8 minutes in, still no score. As O'Brien gains the line, throws to the left side. Now it's back to Tykonik. As he's in the high slot, he feeds it to the left side. Now back to Tykonik. One-timer and a score. As could have been redirected out in front. As Zach O'Brien was over there with Grant Cruikshank. As Tykonik will high-five Zach O'Brien. And O'Brien redirected it. And he gets his 8th goal of the season. O'Brien sporting a goatee, redirected. Actually, the puck bounced off of Cranley, and it was a typical rebound that Zach O'Brien put away. So O'Brien gets the goal. Tykonik's going to get an assist. It's just a typical rebound that bounced off of Cranley, and O'Brien was able to put it away. So it's a power play goal for the Growlers. And for the second straight night, Newfoundland has drawn first blood. Zach O'Brien didn't really celebrate the goal all that much. You know, I guess he probably celebrates goals later in the game a little bit more. As Newfoundland has lost 3 in a row. They've played in overtime 3 of their last 4 games. They lead 1-0 on a power play goal. Grizzlies skate 5-on-5. They win the draw. As Penner has a bounce off his stick on a pass from Wickers. It goes deep in the Growlers zone. As Utah skates from right to left here in the period. But the Growlers deep at their end. Skate around their goaltender Pexa. As Newfoundland will throw it back to Josh Victor, number 24, as he advances it. As the Growlers get to center ice, as Brock Caulfield drops it off. Skating in is Southers. He skates around the net, drops it off out to the right of Cranley, to the left of Cranley, and Cranley gets it as the Growlers got blasted over in the right circle, and Cranley was able to cover up. So it's a 1-0 Growlers lead. The goal was scored by Zach O'Brien with Isaac Johnson and Johnny Tykonik getting the assist. The time of goal was 8:21 into the first period. Right, last night we saw a sparse crowd with a blizzard in Newfoundland. Looks like tonight we're getting a real reflection of the Growlers crowd. Second all-time meeting in Newfoundland between the Grizzlies and Growlers. Off the draw, Newfoundland's stick broke as the Grizzlies have it deep in their own end. As Utah will lift it out to center ice. Puck bounces at the center ice logo. Campagna in the area, and it's taken by David Ferentz, who moves it to the left side as the Growlers loft it into the near circle. As Escott collides with the Grizzly and Kyle Mayhew. As the Growlers, Tate Singleton throws it towards the middle. Southers gets it poked away as the Grizzlies tapping off the far wing wall. As puck exits the zone, it's at neutral ice. Newfoundland skates back in as Southers loses it. He moves pretty well for a guy 6'8", 245. He gets dragged down. A Grizzly goes down as well. Messner in the area. The puck comes out of the pile. The Grizzlies have it. Utah will attack from right to left. They cross center ice. They gain the line right wing. They center to Messner. Tapped off his stick. Campagna, lefty shot. Saved by Pexa. As puck rolls to the left side. Grizzlies right wing. Righty shot is blocked away by Pexa. Flips high into the air. Bounces in the slot. Tate Singleton gathers it. He crosses center ice right wing. Singleton gains the line. Veers off to the left. He's now in the left circle. Lefty shot. And a blocker saved by Cranley. As Messner in the area. Bouncing puck. As now it goes over to Adam Daw around the Growlers net, make that Southers, make that Escott. As Singleton skates towards the far goal line, shot is blocked away. Grizzlies move it ahead as their blue line will tap it off the near wing boards, goes in the Growler zone. Newfoundland outlets it off the screen and into the Grizzlies zone. It rolls towards Cranley. He'll gather it and give it to Wickers, who stands behind Cranley. As there's 9:33 and counting left in the first. 1-0 Newfoundland. They scored a power play goal, 8:21 in. Wicker skates down the middle. He'll fire a pass towards the near side. It ricochets off the wall. Yoon in the area. Puck deep in the Growlers zone. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Cutler over to Stapley, who gets it up top for Wickers. High slot, lefty shot. And it's blocked away. Newfoundland brushes it out to center ice. Puck bounces to the Utah blue line. Grizzlies gather it. Outlet pass towards the left. Cutler couldn't handle it. Is chasing after it is Cole Gallant, no icing. As Grizzlies have changed up the forward lines already here in the first period. Utah rolling with 11 forwards tonight. Turnover, Grizzlies back behind the Growlers net as Stapley falls down, the former Trois-Rivières Lion. He's played in that building a few times. Growlers get it. Johnson gains the line offside, delayed offside as Gallant moves it ahead. Growlers get it at their blue line as Newfoundland brushes to Johnson, who skates towards the right side. He'll lay it out for Tykonik. Right side, lefty shot, saved by Cranley. Rebound out in front. Grizzlies will brush it ahead. Now it goes to center ice. Puck plays Plinko a little bit, and it bounces to the Growlers at their offensive blue lines. They tap it off the boards, skate towards the near corner. Big collision. Grizzlies tap it to the right point. Growlers keep it in. As James Melindy skates towards the right side, throws it across, shot and a score. Melindy to Berezowski to the back of the net as he gets his 10th of the year, does George Jackson Berezowski, and it's now a 2-0 game. So James Melindy, I think it's actually the first time he's played against the Grizzlies, got to Berezowski. Melindy was in the right circle, just got it across to Berezowski, and the one-timer found the back of the net. So it's 2-0 Growlers here, a little bit more than halfway through the first period. As the Growlers score their first 5-on-5 goal of the game. Looks like all the fans in Newfoundland are having a good time. Braving the bad weather outside as Berezowski gets the goal. Melindy's going to get an assist. We're not sure who got that other assist. It's now 2-0. And that was really the big thing about the Grizzlies' performance last night. It was really, even though the Growlers scored first in each of the three periods, the Grizzlies responded with a tying goal. This time it's now a 2-goal lead as draw one by Penner. Fitz throws it in as he chases after it. Melindy collides with Fitz as Berezowski battles. Over in the left point, puck goes to center ice. Growlers move it ahead. They skate towards the right side as Singleton centers it. The pass went wide as Grizzlies gather it. They get back check. Puck glides towards the near boards. At the Utah blue line, Fitz gets hit by Melindy as they throw it in. Mayhew near corner loses his balance. Well, it looks like some players are having a tough time skating out there. Conditions might not be ideal. As it goes towards center ice, Penner in the area. He throws it in as Grizzlies make a change. 7.5 minutes left in the first period. 2-0 Growlers on goals by O'Brien and Berezowski. As pass ahead, Caulfield enters. He skates towards the right circle. Righty shot is sticked away by Cranley. As the puck goes back towards the far corner, Yoon shadows a Growler as they drift it to the near corner. Growlers feed it up top as Caulfield make that cap check. Cap check, righty shot goes wide. As now it goes to Utah. They back in it to the right point. Cap check gathers it. He throws it towards the middle as Southers skates towards his left. Shot is blocked. Now cap check skates in. Right side. Righty shot. Glove saved by Cranley. And he holds on with 7:02 left in the first. It's 2-0 Growlers. The second goal was scored by Jackson Berezowski. 11:43 in. Why they gave Adam Don Grant Cruikshank the assist. Well, I swear that was Melindy that threw that pass to Berezowski. But according to the box score, they say that maybe it was Adam Dodd. They don't even show a replay of their own goals, which is really odd. It doesn't even feel like it's a video production. It feels like just the thing that they put on the video board. Actually, they have changed it. They have given an assist to Melindy. So Melindy and Cruikshank with the assists on the Berezowski goal. As Grizzlies get it and toss it off the far boards, it goes to center ice. Growlers will back it out into their own end. They lead 2-0 with less than 7 minutes left in the first. As Tykonik throws to the left side. Growlers enter. They kick it across to Caulfield. Centering pass out in front. Shot goes wide. The net gets dislodged as there was a big collision. as Southers was battling with Jordan Stone. Boy, Southers is a big guy, but he moves around pretty well. He collided with Stone. The net got dislodged as the Growlers are really one centering pass away from possibly making it a 3-0 game there if the centering pass connected. So good job by Jordan Stone protecting his crease as everybody having a good time in Newfoundland. As we've got about 6.5 minutes left in the first period. It's 2-0 Growlers as they've got goals from Zach O'Brien and Jackson Berezowski. One other game in the league going on right now. Second intermission, Greenville leads Florida 2-1. As a draw won by the Growlers as they fire it in from the left wing as the puck rolls along the boards deep in the Grizzlies zone. Centering pass shot saved by Cranley. Now the Growlers get it to the left side. They get it up top. Growlers fake a shot. They dance around the high slot. They get it to the right circle. Now back up top. Melindy's shot is blocked away. Melindy with a righty blast. It goes to Campagna as he moves it to center ice as Messner collides with Melindy. Melindy, one of the stronger players in the league. Puck goes to the high slot. Grizzlies will get it back to center ice. Utah loses it, the center ice logo. Growlers skate back in as Adam Daw gets bounced off the boards by Mayhew. Puck back towards the left point. Stapley battles with the Growlers. Stapley moves it ahead. Grizzlies 1-on-2 under the zone as they skate towards their left. As Cutler feeds out in front to Stapley. Growlers cut him off and don't let Stapley accept the pass. Puck goes back to center ice. Grizzlies will back it into their own zone as Wickers gets to Yoon. As Yoon tosses ahead to the right wing. Pass connects. Grizzlies get to Cutler in the slot. He'll take a lefty shot. And it's blocked away. Growlers tapping off the near boards as Isaac Johnson crosses center ice. 3-on-2. Johnson gains the line. Right side gets to the near goal line. Growlers throw it behind their back as they try to get to the left circle and it goes wide. Grizzlies have a 3-on-2. As they get to Cutler, he gets it poked away by Nolan Dillingham. Dillingham gets it as he'll throw it towards the middle as the Growlers gather it and they spread the ice. Pass towards the far wing boards is wide. Grizzlies get to Stapley who enters. He stops on the right point, moves it ahead to a Cutters behind the score bug. We couldn't see who it was. As the Growlers back skate down the middle over to the Johnson on the right side. Johnson gains the line. Growlers skate from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. Johnson dances to the corner. Now dances back to the corner as he was skating towards the point. Johnson with fancy moves as he gets around Semick towards the corner. Now Johnson kicks it out in front. It bounced off a Singleton and goes wide towards the far corner. Growlers still have it as they feed it up top for, we believe, Ferentz, who rolls it around. Melindy skates after it, but Fitz gets there first. The puck bounces in the slot, and it's cleared out to center. It's taken back by David Ferentz, who's headed his blue line. 4:30 and counting left in the first. Growlers lead 2-0. As they get to Melindy, who moves it ahead. Growlers slide across center ice, and they avoid the check of Cody Cron. He's out there with Penner. Penner exits the ice as the Growlers slide it ahead as they enter the zone to the right side. As Cruikshank shot is blocked away by Semick's stick. As Tate Singleton moves it up top. As the Growlers on the left point take a lefty shot that's blocked away by Cranley, and the puck glides towards the near wall. As puck lifts near Melindy, it goes towards Berezowski. Right point, righty shot is gloved by Cranley about shoulder high. He holds on as we think there's a timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well as the Growlers lead 2-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Growlers lead 2-0. Zach O'Brien got a power play goal. 8:21 into the first period with Isaac Johnson and Johnny Tykonik getting the assists. And then Jackson Berezowski got a great pass across from James Melindy. Melindy was in the near circle, got it across to Berezowski, who fired a one-timer as he joins the double-digit goal-scoring club with his 10th of the year. For James Melindy, it's only his fifth game of the season, and it's his second assist. Grant Cruikshank also picked up an assist, and it's his 14th of the season, as Cruikshank now has 14 goals and 14 assists. Growlers have outshot the Grizzlies 14-5. and they lead 2-0. Brandon Cutler got the only penalty so far. He got an interference minor, 7:32 into the first period. The Growlers scored early in their power play. Nobody has more than one shot for Utah as the draw is in the Grizzly zone, right side. Lefty shot goes wide. That was taken by Keenan Suthers, who's in his 7th game of the season. As Messner gets pushed down by Suthers, no call. And we might have a penalty. Yeah, tripping is going to be the call. As Messner went down, Suthers, the big guy, dragged him to the ice. And it looks like a call's made. And going to the box is Josh Victor, sporting a mustache. Victor doesn't agree with the call, but he enters the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for tripping, and the Grizzlies get their first power play of the game here late in the first period. For Josh Victor, it's penalty minutes 75 and 76 on the season. As the Grizzlies power play, which is 17.2% this season, go up against a Growlers penalty kill that struggled a little bit as of late. In the last 5 games, the Growlers are just 9 for 15 on the penalty kill. Stapley will take the draw, wins it as Josh Wesley back in the right side. Gets it to the point for, I think, Mayhew. Now Stapley, right side, toe drag, shot and a score! Grizzlies get on the board as Brett Stapley scores on the power play as he gets his 6th goal of the season. And the Grizzlies have cut into the lead. It's now a 2-1 game. Boy, Stapley got the puck all alone, the right side toe drag, and fired away as it went past Pexa as Brett Stapley continues with his hot run. He now has 9 points in his last 5 games, of this being the 5th game, as he's averaged about 2 points a game over the last couple weeks. So Stapley gets the goal. We think Josh Wesley and maybe Kyle Mayhew will get the assist. 3:38 left in the first period. That's probably the fastest into a power play the Grizzlies have scored a goal on this season. As Stapley will take the draw against Adam Dawn. What an unbelievable run Brett Stapley has been on here over the last month. Grizzlies won the face-off. They trail 2-1, but they have momentum as the Growlers skate in. As over to the left circle, the centering pass out in front goes to Cranley. Dawn with a shot that goes wide. As puck goes out to the left point, Growlers keep it in. They roll it along the boards. Dawn lets it go to Escott. He's in the near corner. He feeds it up top to Melindy, who's already got an assist tonight. Melindy back to the corner, tapped away by a Grizzly stick as Utah moves it ahead. Pass doesn't connect, but Pexa has to play it as puck rolls toward the crease. As Melindy in the near corner, but Utah gets it. They shovel it out in front, and the Growlers pick it off. As Utah at the end of their shift, they come off the ice with less than 3 minutes left in the first period. It's 2-1 Growlers as the Growlers have outshot the Grizzlies 14-9. Newfoundland skating from left to right. Throw a right wing pass to Johnson, who gets around Fitz, but Johnson loses the puck. Fitz moves it ahead to the left circle. Fitz centering pass, shot. Saved by Pexa as Utah had a golden opportunity out in front, but the shot went wide. I think that was Cody Cron cutting in front of the net. As Growlers dump it in deep and chase after it. Growlers get to Isaac Johnson, the near corner. He slides up top. Utah picks it off. Fitz feeds it across. Grizzlies cross center as Penner chips it in, and Penner chases after it. Fitz surveys on the left side. Growlers come out with a puck. Their pass to center ice goes wide. Wickers hustles after it deep in the Grizzly zone. Moves ahead to Fitz, who drops it off for Yoon at the Utah blue line. Yoon back to Wickers, who's in the Grizzly zone. He'll tap it off the far wall. Grizzlies lose it near the Growlers bench, which is more to the left of center ice. Grizzlies on the right side of center ice, far side as we see it, as Johnson gets it ahead. Skating in Suthers, the big guy, as he gets towards the end boards and kicks it to the corner near side. As a one-on-one battle, Grizzlies engulf them with 1:47 and counting left in the first. Suthers hacks away with Yoon. Suthers keeps his feet and throws it back to the one-on-one battle. Now centers out in front to Caulfield. Shot is blocked away as he fired a righty one-timer. As Suthers battles with Yoon again, this time in the far corner. Grizzlies take it away. As Utah skates towards neutral ice, they get held up. As near the Grizzlies bench, Messner's over there with Cutler. Puck goes back to Yoon, who chips it over to his left for Campagna, who dumps it off the near wing boards, but it goes back to Johnny Tykonik, who's already got 4 shots tonight. Puck towards the far side. Utah trips up Newfoundland, and it's going to be a penalty as the whistle blows with 1:14 left, as Dakota Raby can't believe it. He gets 2 minutes for tripping as the Growlers go down. Raby argues his case. Johnny Tykonik has some words for Raby. Raby looks back at Tykonik, but Raby's going to skate towards the penalty box as the Growlers, late in the first period, are going to have a power play as Newfoundland leads Utah 2-1. Both teams have a power play goal As the Grizzlies goal came 16-22 in, with Stapley scoring from the right circle with Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew getting the assist. That means that Mayhew now has an assist in 5 straight games. For Josh Wesley, he now has a point in 3 straight games after being reassigned from the AHL's Colorado Eagles back to the Grizzlies. Growlers on the power play late in the first period. Raby got 2 minutes for tripping. Newfoundland wins the draw as it gets to the right side for Zach O'Brien as he skates along the goal line now around the Grizzlies net. He kicks over to the left circle as Growlers get it up top to Tykonik as he dances around near the blue line. He feeds it back to the left side as the Growlers fire towards the net. Righty shot is blocked away. I think Cranley might have gotten a piece of it near goal line. Growlers will backhand it up top to Tykonik, who's now along the near wall, as Nolan Dillingham, we believe, has the puck, and he gets up top for Tykonik, who skates towards his left. And now they get to Cruikshank, who gets to the right circle as O'Brien kicks it out in front. Shot goes wide as he tried to find Berezowski out in front. Grizzlies gather it and clear it out. 26 seconds left in the period and 1:10 and counting left in the power play. If Newfoundland doesn't score late in the first, then they'll keep the power play to start the second. Growlers enter the zone and drop it off. Grizzlies on the back check it, and Aaron Aragon will lift it airborne deep into the Growlers zone. 10 seconds left as the Growlers skate around Pexa's net. As Growlers gets neutralized, they cross center, left wing. Now they enter the zone, get around another Grizzly, left circle, lefty shot, saved by Cranley. And the horn sounds. The Growlers got a golden opportunity skating coast to coast along the left side, and the shot was taken. Couldn't quite tell who it was. But Cranley was able to make the save near the buzzer as both teams will head to the locker room. The Growlers have a 2-1 lead. Grizzlies did get a little bit of momentum with that power play goal scored by Stapley. Growlers will have a short power play to start the second period as Raby got 2 minutes for tripping, 18:46 into the first period. So both teams had a power play goal in the first. Growlers did have a big shot edge as Newfoundland leads 2-1. As looks like a member of both teams are talking with a couple of the officials here before they head to the locker room. Good Saturday night crowd over at Mary Brown Center as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 2-1. We'll come back and recap the first period as well as go over some scores from around the world of sports. After one period, it's the Growlers 2 and the Grizzlies 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountainland Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountainland Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountainland Truck Outfitters.
First intermission over at Mary Brown's Center, and that center spelled C-E-N-T-R-E, as Grizzlies are north of the border and way east. So far east, they're in their own time zone. That's partly why we're starting at 3:30, which is actually a 7 o'clock local face-off. Well, the Growlers lead 2-1. They scored the first 2 goals of the contest as Zach O'Brien got Newfoundland on the board. It was a power play goal. Brandon Cutler got an interference minor, 7:32 in. Well, I thought it was early in the power play, but it looked like it was about 50 seconds in when Zach O'Brien got a rebound off a Johnny Tykonik shot. Tykonik fired away from the high slot in a very similar spot to where he scored about halfway through the first period last night. Puck bounced off of Cranley, and Zach O'Brien got the rebound and put it away. And O'Brien didn't really celebrate at all. He scored the goal and then just kind of shrugged his shoulder like, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. As he just got the rebound out in front and put it away. O'Brien has been one of the best players in the league over the last 5 years, and he was certainly a key piece to the Growlers' 2019 Kelly Cup championship year. Isaac Johnson also got an assist on the Growlers' goal. For Johnson, it's his 18th assist of the season. About 3.5 minutes later, Jackson Berezowski scored on a one-timer from the left circle, and the play was really made by former Grizzly James Melindy. If I can recall, it might be the first time that Melindy's played against the Grizzlies as a member of the Growlers. He's been on their roster, for as long as the roster has been around. But I think it's actually the first time that Melindy's actually playing a game against the Grizzlies. He's been out of the lineup, and actually he's missed most of this season, as it's only his 5th game of the year. I think back in the 2019-2020 season when the Growlers were at Maverick Center for a 3-game set, I don't think, if I recall, that Melindy played in any of those games, as he was, I think, out due to an injury. But Melindy picked up an assist. He just skated towards the right circle, got it across to Berezowski. There was a lot of traffic out in front, and I don't know if Cranley really had good vision of the play. As Melindy got to Berezowski, put it away for his 10th of the year, as he becomes, I believe, the 3rd different Growler to score 10 or more goals this season. That's correct, as Cruikshank's got 14 goals, Isaac Johnson has 11, and now Jackson Berezowski joins the Growlers' double-digit goal-scoring club. He now has 10 on the year. Melindy and Cruikshank picked up the assist. So Grant Cruikshank, who's been one of the best rookies in the league, continues his hot run. He has 14 goals and 14 assists this season. Grizzlies got on a power play after Josh Victor got a tripping minor, 16-14 in. And if I recall, this might be the quickest the Grizzlies have scored a power play goal this year, as 8 seconds into the man advantage. Brett Stapley was all alone on the right side, just kind of toe drag, got to a prime shooting angle and fired away past Yankoslav Peksa and into the back of the net. As Peksa stopped 5 of 6 in the first period. Later on in the frame, Dakota Raby got a tripping minor, 18:46 in, and the Growlers didn't score on the power play to end the first period. They will stay on the man advantage for the first, try to do math on the air. It's not very good. The penalty was 18:46 in, so I think, they get about 46 seconds or so worth of a power play to start the second period. Growlers had a big shot advantage, 16-6 in the first period. Brett Stapley led the Grizzlies with 2 shots. Yoon, Wesley, Penner, and Campagna each had 1 shot. For the Growlers, Johnny Tykonik led the way with 4 shots. 2 shots each for David Ferentz, Grant Cruikshank, and Neil Shea, and 1 shot each for Caulfield, Berezowski's, whose 1 shot found the back of the net. Zach O'Brien had 1 shot, and his found the back of the net. Escott, Johnson, and Southers also had 1 shot in the first period. And interesting enough, on the ECHL app, they have listed Dryden McKay as a starting goaltender when it appears that it's been Yankoslav Peksa who's been in net so far. Peksa has really struggled as a pro. He's been on an NHL deal with Toronto. I think it's the first year of his contract, and he just has an .847 save percentage and a goals against average of 5.06. So it is possible, knowing those stats, and he hasn't played a game with the Growlers in quite some time, it is possible that Newfoundland's defensive efforts have been pretty sharp, in part to try to protect themselves from a goaltender that has struggled earlier this season. So Newfoundland leads 2-1. We'll see how the Grizzlies play in the second period. And when we come back, we'll give you some scores from around the world of sports. As once again, after 1 period, it's Newfoundland 2 and Utah 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
back to Grizzlies hockey as I'm hanging out in the Grizz Cave at an empty Maverick Center. The Grizzlies are a long way away over Newfoundland, which is 3.5 hours in terms of time zone ahead of the Mountain Time Zone. NHL action tonight, 2 games in progress. One's actually gone final of the 2 as Philadelphia defeats Calgary 3-2. Flyers are off to a pretty decent season. They're now 20-13-6 on the campaign. A rematch of the 1996 NHL Stanley Cup Finals are going on over at Ball Arena as the Colorado Avalanche, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, they trail Florida, the defending Eastern Conference champions, 5-4. That's been a wild game. There's still 14 minutes left in regulation. Both Florida and Colorado off to pretty decent starts this season in the win-loss column. And in a high-scoring game, it's Florida 5 and Colorado 4. Well, it was a really tough evening for Colorado defensively, as they have really struggled in terms of goaltending. It looks like it's been a tough task, but we'll see what happens there in the final 14 minutes of regulation. Kel McCarr has 1 goal and 1 assist for the Avalanche. And for Florida, 4 assists for Barkov. So he's really done a great job distributing the puck. And it looks like Sam Reinhart already has a hat trick, 3 goals for the Panthers this afternoon. There's now 13.5 minutes left in the third period. The Panthers lead the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, 5-4. Later on tonight, Tampa Bay is at Boston, Minnesota at Columbus, Rangers at the Canadians, Vancouver is at New Jersey, also at 5 o'clock. Buffalo is at Pittsburgh, Toronto is at San Jose. Toronto is the Newfoundland Growlers NHL affiliate. At 6 o'clock, St. Louis is at Carolina, Nashville is at Dallas, and at 8 o'clock, Ottawa is at Edmonton, and the New York Islanders are in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. That game, 8 o'clock face-off. In the league, the Grizzlies call home. Few games in progress right now. 12 minutes left in the third period. Florida and Greenville are tied at 2. Halfway through the first period, Adirondack and Maine are tied at 1. 7 minutes in, no score between Indy and Norfolk. Remember, the Norfolk Admirals will be at Maverick Center for a 3-game set in the month of March. 3 minutes in, South Carolina already leads Atlanta 1-0. Starting at 5 o'clock, Wheeling is at Orlando. Jacksonville is at Savannah. Trois-Rivières is at Worcester. At 5:30, Iowa is at Fort Wayne. And also at 5:30, Toledo takes on Cincinnati. Cincinnati, a 500 club this year with a record of 14-14-2. How about the Toledo Walleye, though, as they've got a record of 21-4-1-3. So it looks like they're outstanding once again this year. At 6 o'clock, Rapid City is at Tulsa, and Allen is at Wichita. And how about this at 7 o'clock? Reading goes for the sweep. We are definitely rooting for the Reading Royals as they take on the Idaho Steelheads at 7:10 over Idaho Central Arena. Reading has won each of the first 2 games of the series. And last night, it was a 2-1 victory as Parker Gahagan, the former Grizzly goaltender, it was with the club in the 2020-21 season, had a big night leading the Reading Royals to victory over the arch rival Idaho Steelheads. As Idaho, their record is at 22-9-0-1, although they did have a celebrity in attendance, apparently. It appeared that Ken Griffey Jr. was in town in Boise, and he attended the game over at Idaho Central Arena. Oddly enough, it looked like his seats were near the top. They did not give him good seats at all. I do know one thing. If Ken Griffey Jr. is in the Salt Lake Valley and he wants to come to a Grizzlies game, hey, we're going to get him a hookup. We're going to hook him up with the best tickets he can get. As after all, he went to a game in Boise and it looked like they stuck him in the nosebleed seats. If Ken Griffey Jr. is in town, we're going to give him the best seats possible at Maverick Center. You can guarantee it. And if any other celebrity like Ken Griffey Jr. happens to be in the Salt Lake Valley, you better believe we're going to give them the hookup, and they're going to make sure they get the best seats in the house. All the ticket staff's going to make sure to hook them up, whether it's Sophia Cunningham or if it's Blaze or, you know, there's so many people there in the office. It's hard to really remember everybody. You know, you got Patrick and Beck and Cameron and Tegan. There's so many people in the office. They're not in there right now. Obviously, they're enjoying a weekend, but make sure to give them a call 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. They'll be at Maverick Center taking your calls and getting your tickets. And the Grizzlies have had some outstanding crowds here at Maverick Center as of late. You think about the last 5 home games. the Grizzlies have averaged over 6,800 fans per game over the last 5 contests. Obviously, it's going to be a while since the Grizzlies are back on the Mavericks center ice, as it's game 2 of 9 straight games on the road. And it's really going to be a tough stretch for the Grizzlies. This is the second game in a stretch where the Grizzlies have 7 games in 10 days. So it's going to be a tough one for the Grizzlies, but they got a 4-3 victory last night, and they're looking to make a second period comeback as they trail 2-1 after 1 period today. And don't forget, these same teams will meet tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 face-off over at Mary Brown Center, as it's the series finale. And then the Grizzlies upcoming week is going to see them play 3 games against the Allen Americans. That series will start on January 10th. It's going to be a 6:10 start. Friday, January 12th is also going to be a 6:10 start. And the series finale on Saturday, January 13th, is going to be at 3:10, partly because after the game, the Grizzlies have to get on a bus and go from Allen to Wichita, where they will have their one meeting all season, because the Thunder, I believe, have been paying the schedule maker to avoid playing Idaho and Utah as much as possible. So the Grizzlies, oddly enough, play 3 games in Newfoundland, which is nowhere near the Salt Lake Valley, and they only play Wichita once at Intrust Bank Arena this year. That's going to be on Sunday, January 14th, and face-off for that game is going to be 3:05 in the Mountain Time Zone. Then later on in the month, the Grizzlies will have 2 games in Kansas City for a weekend set. It'll be the first 2 meetings between the Grizzlies and Mavericks this year. It'll be Grizzlies fans' first 2 meeting, the first 2 looks to see exactly why the Kansas City Mavericks have been such a good team this year, as Kansas City finds himself in first place in the Mountain Division with a record of 23-7-1 with a .758 winning percentage. When we come back, we'll have second period action as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 2-1. Newfoundland's going to be on the power play to start the second period when we come back in 90 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Now we're about set to start the second period as the lights are out over at Mary Brown Center. As looks like they got a bit of a light show going on as the officials are on the ice right now, and pretty soon the teams will be as well. As the Growlers had a big shot edge in the first period, 16-6. But the Grizzlies did get on the board after the Growlers scored the first 2 in the first period. Zach O'Brien on the power play, 8:21 in, and Jackson Berezowski, 11:43 in, made it 2-0. Grizzlies scored 8 seconds into a power play as Brett Stapley got his 6th of the year, with Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew getting the assist. What about Brett Stapley? You talk about a guy that came into play with 8 points in his last 4 games, and Stapley now has a point in 5 straight games, as he came into play with an assist in 4 straight, and he picked up his 6th goal of the season, scoring from the right circle very early in Utah's power play. Stapley does lead the Grizzlies with 8 multiple-point games this season. He also came into play leading all Grizzlies forwards in plus-minus with a +5 rating. And he is even on the plus-minus here through 1 period. Yakoslav Peksut is in net. He stopped 5 of 6 in the first period. He's wearing number 50 as he gets a swig of water. As the light's still out, as they got the light show going on, both teams are on the ice stretching out and getting ready for the second period. It's the second of 3 meetings over in Newfoundland. Sunday afternoon is going to be at 12:30. And really, think about that Hockey Night in Canada intro and, the old broadcast. I think it's Foster Hewitt. Hello, hockey fans from the United States as well as Canada and from Canada as well as the United States and Newfoundland. That's what seems like people have said. So that's why I kind of say it the way I do. But looks like a good Saturday night. Crowd has filed in. As fans dancing around and having a good time. Will Cranley is in net for the Grizzlies. He was busy in the first frame, stopping 14 of 16. Cranley making his first appearance since he got hurt in the first period last Saturday. The backup goaltender tonight is Dante Januzzi, who picked up the victory last night, stopping 37 of 40. As we believe, it's a power play for the Growlers, so it might be different from the starters that we saw in the first period. As usually each period, the Grizzlies will just have the five guys that started the game. It might be different, obviously starting the period on the penalty kill. Grant Cruikshank, who's got an assist tonight, he's taking the draw against Mick Messner. Messner wearing number 10, has 9 goals and 7 assists this year. Draw goes between the Newfoundland defensive pairing as they'll skate from right to left in the first period to the Growlers. They get to neutralize as there's 33 seconds left in the power play. Growlers left side, Cruikshank throws it in. Grizzlies immediately clear it back out. As Tykonik far side moves it to center ice as the Growlers cross center. Now they skate down the middle, drop it off. Now they kick it over to the left side as Johnson gets it to Tykonik. Now back to the near goal line. Now Johnson along the near boards gets it along the goal line. O'Brien shot saved by Cranley. Cranley gets knocked over, but he gets back to his feet as the Growlers. Isaac Johnson gets to the near goal line. Back to Johnson, who kicks up top to Tykonik, who fakes a shot and skates towards his left. Now he moves down to the right as the Growlers get over to Tykonik. Right side shot saved by Cranley. Raby's out of the box. The puck goes back to neutral ice, and the Growlers will reset. Actually, the whistle blows. The Growlers try to carry it back in. Offside is the call. 56 seconds into the second period. It's a successful penalty kill for the Grizz as Dakota Raby came out of the box after serving a tripping minor. So draw is going to be at center ice. Raby, the Michigan man, has 1 goal and 7 assists, and this is 24th game of the season. Draw won by Brett Stapley and the Grizzlies. They get it over to Josh Wesley, who lifts it over towards Gallant. Growlers poke it back towards the center red line, near side, 2-on-2 battle. Gallant moves to Stapley, who gains the line and skates towards the right circle. Stapley towards Gallant, a glanced off his skate and goes back towards the Growlers. Newfoundland crosses center ice, and they chip it to the right side. Growlers, right wing, lefty shot. And a save by Cranley as he absorbs the body save. As he holds on, the Growlers will have an offensive zone draw here early in the second period. Make sure to follow the Grizzlies on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. I'm on X at Tyson on Sports. Draw's going to be in the near side. Looks like a good crowd, probably twice the crowd they had last night. There was a blizzard in the area, and looks like a good Saturday night crowd. Stapley wins the draw against Brock Caulfield as Utah skates around their net, throws to the left side. Growlers keep it in. David Ferrant skates towards his right and loses the puck. Grizzlies moving out to center. Pass connects. Cole Gallant skates towards the right circle. Take a righty shot. And it goes just wide as he tried to go stick side on Pexa. As the Growlers will move it out to neutral ice. It goes to Neil Shea. Shea crosses center ice. He's got 2 goals against the Grizzlies this year. He gets hit by Cole Gallant. Grizzlies lift it high into the air. It's gloved by the Growlers and taken away as Stapley, 2-on-2, gains the line. Right side as he gets poked away by a Growler, and I think that's cap check number 5. Kapchek gathers the puck. He skates around Pex's net towards the far side. He slides to center ice. Grizzlies go down as there's a collision at center ice. I don't know if there's a penalty called as the referee doesn't have his arm raised. As the Grizzlies, Raby gets pushed by Singleton as Utah slices it deep in the Growler zone. And it looks like it's going to be icing on Utah as we get a whistle with 17:49 left in the second. We talked about some of the Grizzlies that have been hot. Obviously, Brett Stapley's been red hot for the Grizzlies with Kyle Mayhew picking up the power play assist late in the first period. He has an assist in 5 straight games. And Mayhew is going to be going to the All-Star game representing the Grizzlies on Monday, January 15th. As it draws in the near circle, and it's won by the Growlers as Nolan Dillingham, who had a goal last night, wraps it towards the far wing wall as Grizzlies deliver a hit. That's Quinn Wickers over there. Campagna looking by as the Growlers back behind the goal line to the far side. They skate towards the far point as the Growlers stop, and they kick it over to the left circle as it bounced off a Growler stick. Growlers get it back as O'Brien goes down as he was skating towards the left side. A lot of players just falling down. I wonder what about the ice conditions. Grizzlies lift it in the air. It's gloved in the Growler zone by Newfoundland. They feed it off the near wing boards. Growlers re-enter as they drop it off. As Cruikshank throws it around, Johnson couldn't accept it. Puck goes back to the right point. Growlers kick it to the corner as it bounced off a skate. Growlers keep it as Johnson rolls it back around. Now it goes behind the net. Right side over to Melindy along the near wall. Melindy fires towards the net. Saved by Cranley as there's a Growler out in front trying to redirect it, but Cranley was able to make the stop and hold on here early in the second. It's a battle of goaltenders tonight that have NHL entry-level contracts. Will Cranley has a deal with the St. Louis Blues. It's the second year of his contract. And for Yakislav Peksov, the Growlers goaltender, he signed with them before the season. It's his first season under an NHL contract. He's only 21 years old. In fact, both goaltenders are just 21 years old. So a couple of young guys gaining pro experience here this season. And both guys have had their ups and downs, but both guys obviously have enough talent to have been signed by an NHL team. As the Grizzlies get it, as they're deep in their own end, skating from left to right, as they saucer it out to center, airborne, and goes back to the Growlers. As they'll skate back to their blue line, left wing pass connects as the Growlers skate towards the left circle. And now they skate back towards the point as they drop it off. As Ferrant skates along the near goal line, tried to chip it out in front. Mayhew took it away. As Kyle Mayhew, the all-star, will move it across as it goes to Cole Gallant, who chips it to his left. Grizzlies enter the zone as Utah gets spun around by the Growlers. No call on the play as Aragon over in the far corner as a Growler loses his stick. Aragon drops off left circle. Shot is blocked away. Growlers will carry it across center ice. Grizzlies back defensively as Singleton throws it in. As Singleton gets around Yoon, big collision behind Utah's net as Singleton blasted Yoon, but Yoon keeps his feet. Grizzlies lifted out to center. Victor will moving out towards Singleton. Now the Growlers backing out into their own end. As Penner chases after him, it goes towards Southers, the big guy. He's to the left side. He skates towards the near goal line. Sharp angled shot. It's the side of the net as Grizzlies gather it off the net. As Utah moves to center ice, we get a whistle. Cranley's helmet fell off, and so play is stopped as Cranley will put his helmet back on about 4 minutes into the second period. As the sharp angled shot was taken by Southers, and Cranley went over to deflect it, and I guess that his helmet somehow was able to hit the post and come off as the whistle blows. The Grizzlies were exiting their own zone. Last night, the Grizzlies were able to get a 4-3 victory as Utah is on a season-high 4-game winning streak. 15:38 left in the second. 2-1 Growlers. Newfoundland gets it as Victor will throw it towards the right side. Josh Victor, the big 6'4", 212-pound defenseman. He gets it. He's got the Growlers' only penalties. He battles with Tyler Penner in the near corner. It's a 2-on-2 scrum. As Cron looks on, Growlers come out with the puck. Centering pass. Righty shot goes wide. I think it was taken by Brock Caulfield. As Growlers get it back up top, Victor slides it across. Right side, righty shot is blocked away before it got to Cranley as Wickers battles in front of the net. As Grizzlies back in the far side, Fitz backhands it towards the right side. Growlers gather the puck as they skate towards their left. Backhand shot goes wide. Growlers get it off the end boards as they skate towards the left point. Now the Growlers, Singleton gets pushed out to center ice. Good play by Penner as Victor keeps it. He'll lift it to Wickers, who plays it with a high stick as Fitz touches up and the whistle blows with 14:48 left in the second. Growlers lead 2-1. Nobody has scored here so far in the second period. Both teams put up a picket fence worth of goals last night. Both teams had one goal in the first, one in the second, and one in the third. And then Dylan Fitz was able to get the overtime game winner. Oddly enough, the only time the Grizzlies had a lead in last night's game was at the very end. The only time where it really matters to have a lead. 5:09 into overtime. Skirving will take the draw against Stapley in the Grizzlies' own near circle. Utah wins the faceoff. They tap it off the glass as Dillingham chases after it. And icing's called on the Grizzlies as we get another whistle with 14:41 left in the second. It's interesting to see the Grizzlies playing overtime for the first time last night for the Growlers. It's been really old habits, and they've been used to playing overtime. It was the 10th time they played past regulation this year. In fact, 3 of the last 4 Growlers games have been decided in overtime. Skirving will take the draw against Stapley once again. This time, Stapley wins it again. Grizzlies tapping off the near glass. It goes to neutral ice. Growlers chase after it. And this time, no icing. Growlers deep in their own end, skate from right to left. As they get to the far side, 5.5 minutes into the second, puck still in the Growlers zone. Far side as they bounce it off a Grizzly left point. Utah tries to kick it to the middle, but it stays along the far side. Brett Stapley, he's back to the left side. He skates towards the point, drops it off. As Semick fires towards the net, it goes wide. Puck glides along the near boards. He goes back to the right side. Stone with a righty shot that goes wide as the puck glides along the far wing boards. As the Growlers will move it across, but it stays along the far side as Newfoundland gallops to the far corner to gather it. They spin it along the wall towards the near wall as Growlers skate in as battle. Grizzlies take it away near side as Wesley will get some air under the puck as it bounces in the Growlers zone. Newfoundland moves it back to center. Now the Growlers backing out into their own end as there's 13:39 and counting left in the second. Growlers, David Ferentz chips it across as the Growlers skate in towards the corner as the Growlers centering pass. Righty shot is blocked away. Don gets it back. Shot saved by Cranley. Now goes the high slot. Ferentz, righty shot, lefty shot is blocked as the Grizzlies will bounce it out to center. Ferentz gets it back. He'll chip it to his right. Growlers enter the zone. As Singleton moves to the far corner, somebody behind the score bug has it. As the Grizzlies tap it off the far wall. As Mayhew lifts it out towards Wesley. Puck goes to the Grizz as Dakota Raby crosses center ice. 3-on-2. Raby centers to Wesley. High slot. Righty shot. Didn't get much on as he got back checked by the Growlers. Number 17, Jordan Escott, who moves it out to center. 3-on-2. Growlers center over to the left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. And he holds on with 12:47 left in the second. It's still 2-1 Newfoundland with the lead. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
It's still 2-1 Newfoundland as we're about 7 minutes into the second period. Growlers have taken the first 7 shots of the second period as the Growlers have a 23-6 edge in the shot count. Newfoundland is 1 for 2 on the power play. Grizzlies are 1 for 1. As Will Cranley has stopped 21 of 23. Pexa really hasn't been busy. He's just stopped 5 of 6. As Cutler will take the draw against Brock Caulfield. Caulfield, the younger brother of Cole Caulfield, the Montreal Canadiens star. Neil Shea's on the ice as well for the Growlers. As Utah wins the draw, Adam Berg out there with Aaron Aragon for Utah. Growlers have the puck near goal line as they kick it up top to the high slot. Now, Growlers couldn't handle it in the far circle. Cranley out of his net, feeds along the near wall. Left point, Growlers will kick it high into the air as it bounced off of Aragon's skate. Grizzlies back in the far corner as they try to lift it towards Berg. As Growlers get it to Caulfield, who feeds it back up top. Growlers right side, kick it to the corner. Newfoundland skates around Utah's net. Nobody home in the near circle as the Growlers threw a pass out there. As Neil Shea throws the center ice logo, Grizzlies gather as they tap it off the wall. Adam Berg battles with a Growler. Now goes back to Neil Shea. As Growlers tap it off the far wall. Near center ice, Grizzlies gather it and fire it back in. As Pexa plays it behind his net, that's about as much action as he's seen so far in the second period. Puck goes out to center. Grizzlies kick it ahead. Dylan Fitz skates down the middle. Backhand shot. A save by Pexa. As Fitz, last night's hero, skated down the middle. Cron was in the area. I think Cron threw the pass. Now we get some pushing and shoving after the whistle. As Cody Cron, it looks like he's in a battle with Tate Singleton. Looks like Cron really wants Singleton. Singleton holding his ground. Cron for a second had him in a headlock. Josh Victor is being held up by one of the linesmen as Victor wanted to be the third man in. Now Cron drags Singleton to the ice. All the action behind the Growlers net. Now Singleton yelling with Josh Victor as Singleton back to his feet. I think Cron's going to get a penalty as Daryl Butt, the linesman, talks with him as Cron gets back to his feet as he's probably looking for his glove and stick as Grizzlies had a golden opportunity. That's probably the best chance they've had since the Stapley goal as Cron just kind of moved it ahead to Fitz, and Fitz skated down the middle and fired a backhand shot that Pexa was able to make the save on, as the Fitz shot was the first taken by the Grizzlies here in the second period. So we'll see if any penalties come out of the stuff after the whistle as everybody congregated back behind the Growlers net. We believe Cron might get a penalty as Todd Skirving and Josh Wesley, the two captains, talk things over with the referee. And, Singleton for the Growlers going to get a penalty. Is Cron going to get a penalty for Utah? Either way, it's possible we could see a power play here. Or we can end up skating 4-on-4, not really sure. Looks like Cron gets a roughing minor, 8:13 into the second period. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. I think that might be the only penalty, though. The Growlers have a power play. Yes, they do. They're third of the game. They're second of the game. That's their third power play of the game. Growlers right side. Get it to Johnson. He's in the near circle. Johnson dances around. He gets it to the near goal line. He goes back to Johnson as he gets up top for Tykonik, who skates towards his right. Tykonik back to Johnson. He's on the left side. Johnson's been pretty passive so far. Over to Tykonik on the right side. He skates towards his left. Now back to the right circle. Lefty shot saved by Cranley. Grizzlies get the rebound and clear it out. As a one-timer is fired from the right circle. Grizzlies did a good job there with Will Cranley, and once the rebound happened, Grizzlies cleared it out. Growlers skate back in. Right circle, righty shot, and a save by Cranley as he makes the stop as the Growlers were skating in from the right side. They got around a defenseman, took a grade A shot, but Cranley's able to make the save as Will Cranley's played a good game as he'll give the puck to the linesman. Draw's going to be in the far circle as Will Cranley's looked solid here in the first half of Utah's game, and he's had to be as he's been very busy as the Growlers have at least a 3-1 shot edge on the Grizzlies here so far. 1:19 is left in the power play as Brock Caulfield will take the draw against Aragon. Caulfield wins it as the Growlers get to David Ferentz. Growlers made a line change here at the last whistle as Ferentz in the high slot gets it to the left side as Caulfield back to Ferentz, who faked a one-timer. Now he gets it to the left side. That's Singleton, I believe, over to the right point. Now back across to Ferentz, who moves it back to the right side. Now back to Ferentz, who's now on the high slot. He gets it to the left side as Caulfield over to the near goal line. Growlers trying to kick it across. It bounced off a Yoon stick. Puck goes back to the near side where it's taken by Brock Caulfield, who has 7 goals this season. He gets to the right side as the Growlers spread the ice in the offensive zone. Centering pass shot. Saved by Cranley. Puck goes back to the left point. As now it's the high slot. Growlers get back to Ferentz, who moves to the near circle. As the Growlers go over to Caulfield, back to Ferentz, who fakes a one-timer. Now he takes a lefty shot. It gets redirected and a score. It's a power play goal for the Growlers. As it looked like it got redirected on the way to the net. And it looks like it's going to be the big guy. As Terran Suthers redirected the shot on the way, make that Keenan Suthers. Keenan Suthers gets the goal as he was out in front and it bounced off of him and into the back of the net. Keenan Suthers gets his first of the season as he goes to the bench, and the Growlers get their second power play goal of the night. And it's now a 3-1 game. So Growlers fans are having a good time. Keenan Suthers with the goal as Draw's going to be at center ice for skating 5-on-5 again. 2 power play goals by the Growlers are the difference as they lead 3-1. Grizzlies move it ahead. Stapley chasing after it. Puck deep in the Growlers zone as Newfoundland skates from right to left. As the Growlers chip it across as we're halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes. as Newfoundland gets to Singleton. He's at neutral ice, bobbled it for a second. Now he gains the line, skates towards the left circle. Lefty shot is saved. Now left side, Escott's shot goes wide. As Singleton in the area, Adam Daw, he gets pushed and rolls along to Singleton behind the net. He gets poked away by Wesley. As Newfoundland try to slide it out in front, it bounced up at Cranley. Grizzlies get it in cross center. As they lose the puck as they were crossing the red line. Growlers, diagonal pass to the left, connects to Daw. He drops off for Escott as he overskates it. Stapley moves out to center as he gets blasted along the near wall. As Raby kicks it back deeper in the Grizzlies zone as Mayhew gets it. He goes D to D with Wesley. As Wesley ahead to the right wing for Stapley, who fires it in. As the Growlers chase after it, Josh Victor over towards Tyconik. A Grizzly player got hit pretty hard in the near corner. As the Growlers get it, Isaac Johnson skates towards the high slot, centers out in front. Pass goes wide as Johnson was looking for a cutter along the right side. As the Grizzlies far circle will move it out to center. Utah gets to the right side. They enter as Raby moves it across. Pass doesn't connect as Campagna gets it off the boards. Campagna gets back check. Growlers take the puck. Odd man break, 3-on-1. Growlers skate towards the right side. They'll go move it to Johnson. The left. His shot is blocked. As Grizzlies got back defensively, Johnson goes down. He gets back to his feet, 2-on-2 battle. As Raby gathers it, he crosses center ice near side. As Raby moves it around. As Messner had joined the line, Messner tags back up. Grizzlies re-enter. Messner throws to the middle looking for Fitz. Puck rolls towards Pexa, and he's able to hold on as Messner was in the area and looked like he got a piece of it onto Pexa. Was able to make the stop with a little bit more than 8 minutes left in the second period. So the power play goal for the Growlers was scored by Keenan Southers, 9:50 in, and assisted by David Ferentz and Brock Caulfield. So the Growlers got a power play goal, but it was their second power play unit as it came late in the man advantage with Cody Cron serving a roughing minor, 8:13 in. Attendance tonight, 3,627, 36-27 in the middle game of the set. That's 2,000 more than what they had last night. Growlers win the draw. They're in their own end, skating from right to left as they station themselves behind Yakoslav Pexa. As the Growlers, 2 passes ahead, Hume picks it off. Hume throws it towards the middle for Cron. Righty shot goes wide as the Growlers moving out to center. Grizzlies take it away at center ice, and they skate towards their right. Cron enters the zone, high slot, righty shot, saved by Pexa, and he holds on as Cron with a couple good looks over there over the last 30 seconds, and his second shot was gathered by Pexa as he makes a stop. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw here as we're past the halfway point. The difference in the game is the 2 power play goals by the Growlers. They're 2 for 3 on the power play. Utah is 1 for 1 on the man advantage. Growlers have a 10-3 shot edge here in the second period as they have outshot the Grizzlies 26-9. As a draw taken by Messner, but it's won by the Growlers. They're deep in their own end as the Growlers throw it to the far side. Utah delivers a hit in the far side. Messner loses it 2-on-1. Growlers skate along the right side, centering pass towards Cranley. He's able to gobble it as the Growlers probably overpassed there as they had a guy cutting towards the middle. The centering pass was absorbed by Will Cranley, who holds on. So draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Will Cranley certainly has been solid. I mean, 2 of those go, the first goal was on a rebound. The second was on a one-timer from the left side. And the redirection there by Southers' stick. Southers obviously occupying a lot of room out in front of the crease. Caulfield will take the draw for the Growlers against McMessner. Caulfield wins it as the Growlers to the left side move it up top as Dillingham, high slot, righty shot goes high. A lot of traffic out in front of Cranley as the Growlers skate towards their near side. Now they chip it out in front. Mayhew picks it off. Now right side shot is blocked away as far side Adam Berg moves it to the right point. Growlers keep it in. Newfoundland gets it to Tyconik, who dances around. He skates towards his right. Now he moves to the left circle. Growlers just outside the left circle as Southers, who's got a goal tonight. He got his first as a Growler, as now he skates towards his right. For a 6'8" guy, he moves pretty well. Over to the high slot for Tyconik. He'll fire a lefty shot that goes wide as it ricochets off the boards as Wesley moves it to the right side. Puck bounced back to Wesley, who gathers the puck. He skates towards his right. Wesley gains center ice 3-on-3. He moves to Aragon right side. Aragon looked to center to bounce off a Growler stick. Aragon gets it the near goal line, ships it out in front. Now back to Adam Berg, who backhands it out in front. It bounced off a Pexa. Puck plays Plinko a little bit And now it rolls towards the far corner. A lot of bodies out in front of the crease as Dom will move it out to the left point. Grizzlies keep it in. Now they go over to Stone. High slot, righty shot. Saved by Pexa. Grizzlies hack away. And Pexa's covered up. As Tykonik has Stapley in a headlock. Dillingham and Adam Berg tie up. As Stapley wants Tykonik to let go of him. And now Cruikshank skates over there and talks with Stapley. Gallant says, easy, big fella. As Stapley collided with Tykonik. Tykonik sporting a mustache, maybe a goatee, wearing number 20. As Pexa was able to make the save, as Stone had a pretty good look from the slot. Almost see Jackson Hibbert there on the left side of the screen, a guy in a money suit. It's a suit that's full of dollar bills. I don't know if that's U.S. dollars or that's Canadian dollars that he's got on his suit as he's dancing away near the Grizzlies bench. These are some of the most worthless, irrelevant shots to a broadcaster between whistles you can possibly get. As Stapley will take the draw against Grant Cruikshank. Between whistles, I usually like to see who's coming on the ice, who's coming off, to try to see who the five are out on there for both teams. As Stapley's kicked out of the face-off circle, he'll take the draw against Jordan Escott. As a draw won by the Growlers, they're deep in their own end to the right side as they move it ahead. Puck goes to center ice. Growlers skate in 3-on-2. Great poke check by Wickers. As now right wing shot saved by Cranley. Puck ricochets out to center ice. As the Growlers back of their blue line, throw a blue line to blue line pass that connects, and they dump it in. Cranley feeds it to the near corner. Growlers lead 3-1, about 6 minutes left in the second period. Growlers skate around Utah's net towards the right side as Newfoundland now skates towards their right, their left. Back to left circle, lefty shot saved by Cranley. Puck bounced off of him and goes to the far side. Now it's out to center ice. Grizzlies get dragged down, and it looks like no penalty on the play as the referee tonight, Rocco Stakoviak, is letting him play. So Growlers still in their own zone. They skate to the blue line. Now they're at neutral ice. They get to center and get it poked away. Penner in the area as it goes back to another Growlers. They skate along the right side. Growlers enter the zone and skate around Cranley's net. As the Growlers, Ferentz in the area. Puck goes back to center ice. As still the puck, we believe, is Cruikshank. He'll toss off the far side. Grizzlies get it back. 5 minutes and 14 seconds and counting left in the second. Growlers skate down the middle. Shot is blocked. Now right wing, righty shot. Goes wide. That was taken by Johnson. As they get it over to the right side, Growlers kick it up top as James Melindy, high slot, righty shot. Glove saved by Cranley. He holds on with 5 minutes left in the second period. Time out of the ice. Growlers lead 3-1. They've got 2 power play goals here so far tonight. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountainland Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountainland Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountainland Truck Outfitters.
And even 5 minutes are left in the second period as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1. It was a 2-1 Growlers lead after 2 periods. Keenan Suthers got a power play goal 9:50 in with David Ferentz and Brock Caulfield getting the assists. Grizzlies 1 for 1 on the power play. Growlers are 2 for 3. Attendance tonight, 3,627, 3627. I think we've seen just about everybody in attendance here on the video feed that I'm getting over the first 2 periods. Growlers have outshot the Grizzlies 30-12. Grizzlies have 6 shots in each of the first 2 periods. Growlers have 16 shots in the first and 14 here in the second. As Will Cranley came into play tonight with an even .900 save percentage as he stopped 90 of 100. So far, that he's on average as he has saved 27 of 30, which means in his Grizzlies career, he has now stopped 117 of 130. Make that 120 of 130. They tell you not to do math on the year. I don't know. Drop, right side, lefty shot, saved by Cranley, and he holds on. As we didn't see enough of the play to really tell who could take the shot. As Dron's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone with less than 5 minutes left in the second period. Second of a 3-game weekend series. These teams will meet tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 face-off. As drawn the near circle, won by Penner against Todd Skirving. As Yoon moves it ahead, left wing pass connects as Fitz crosses center and he moves it in. Fitz chases after it. He tried to center it, nobody home as it goes to the right side for Yoon. Yoon along the near goal line, skates around the Growlers net. He's to the far side and he lays it for another Grizzly. As Utah skates around the net, that's Wickers and goes back to Campagna at the near goal line. Campagna backhand pass towards somebody at the point. Off the screen, it was Penner. Now it goes back to Yoon in the far corner. As Fitz over there, puck goes back to the Growlers. They skate around their own net and chip it off the near wing wall. Growlers with speed skate into the zone. As Newfoundland's Isaac Johnson overskates it as he was looking for a shot in the left circle. Grizzlies cross center, 3-on-3. They enter the zone as Penner, who scored a big goal last night, over to Karan, who skates to the far corner. Karan rolls it around. It's cut off by the Growlers behind their net. As they move it ahead to center ice, Singleton with great speed. He gains the line, skates towards the near goal line. Now around the net, wraparound shot. Saved by Cranley. Now the Growlers kick it out in front. Cranley dives to the near side. Growlers keep the play alive as Cranley back to his feet. Tykonik skates towards his right as he's being shadowed by Raby. Tykonik moves to the far corner. Now the Growlers, Berezowski skates in. Shot saved by Cranley. Cranley gets run over as Berezowski in the area. Cranley back to his feet as the puck trickles out to center ice. As Campagna has a glance off his stick. Growlers left side, lefty shot is blocked away by Campagna's stick. I think that was Crookshank that took the shot. Grizzlies clear it out to center as a foot race deep in the Growlers zone. Arm is raised by the linesman, and icing is on Utah with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second period. So the Grizzlies will be looking for a comeback attempt here in the final 23 minutes and 20 seconds of regulation. Growlers scored first. Utah this season is 9-3 when scoring first, but just 3-14 when the opposition scores first. However, one of those 3 times came last night as the Growlers scored first in each of the 3 periods, but the Grizzlies responded with a tying goal each time. Growlers get it left wing, lefty shot by Josh Victor goes wide. Grizzlies gather it as Dakota Raby hustles out to center ice, 2-on-4. Raby gets to the offensive line and gets it poked away as the Growlers get to center ice. Raby on the back check, but another Growler gets it. They enter the zone. Grizzlies took it away. Utah taps off the near wall as Josh Wesley gets down. Well, it looks like Wesley drew a penalty. As Wesley was skating towards the offensive zone, he got tripped up by Josh Victor. Victor lost his stick. Now he's picking it back up. That could be Josh Victor's second penalty of the contest. As Wesley was entering the zone, he got tripped up. And then the play stopped. I don't know if it's not a penalty, they probably called the Grizzlies for offside. Grizzlies could use a power play. They've been pretty good on the power play over the last handful of games. As Victor had the Growlers' only penalty in the first period. But instead of seeing something relevant, we get to see people on the in the stands. Let's see. It's a Grizzlies power play. Was a penalty on Victor. Grizzlies on the man advantage. Mayhew over to Stapley on the right side. Stapley fires towards the net. Saved by Pexa as it was redirected by Berg. Pexa holds on, and Tykonik pushes Berg as Berg looks at Tykonik, stares him down. As early in the power play, Grizzlies had a good look from the right side. Berg was trying to redirect it, but Pexa was able to make the save. So it is a power play for the Grizzlies as Josh Victor, we believe, gets 2 minutes for tripping late in the frame. The Grizzlies looking to find a way to cut into the Growlers' lead. Stapley has already got 1 point tonight, looking for another multiple point contest. He takes the face-off with Berg and Gallant up front. Linesman dropped the puck, but he'll say, my bad, we'll drop it again. As Grant Crookshank was taking the face-off for the Growlers. The linesman that dropped the puck is Daryl Butt. He's out there with Jim Bill. That's the other linesman. The referee is Rocco Stakoviak. Butt talking with Stapley as Cruikshank will take it for the Growlers, and the puck is dropped, and the Growlers win the draw as Dillingham skates around his net. As Dillingham moves out to center ice, the puck slides into the Grizzly zone off the near wing wall, and getting its Mayhew. Well, I wonder if Grizzlies got a penalty as play stopped once Mayhew touched it up. I wonder if the Grizzlies got a penalty away from the whistle, away from the screen. As once Mayhew touched it in the Grizzly zone, play had stopped. I don't think at that point it would have been icing. As I wonder if the power play is over. Something must have happened away from the screen. As the Growlers had cleared it out, Berg was in the area. And, well, the draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Well, it looks like a penalty must have been called on Utah. As now there's 4 on the ice for the Grizzlies. Utah got a penalty. We're going to be skating 4-on-4 for a minute 37 without any detail as to what the penalty was, who's in the box, or why they got the penalty. Stapley skates towards his right. He's now in the high slot. Stapley fires towards the net. It gets redirected. Shot saved by Pesca. Now far goal line. Righty shot saved by Pexa. As Stapley had a pretty good look. He got to somebody out in front, maybe kind of lightly got it to somebody who was in front of the crease. The shot was taken, and Pexa was able to make the save. As he holds on, as we're skating 4-on-4, as somebody's in the box for the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies had an abbreviated power play. Josh Victor got a tripping minor, 17:03 in. Adam Berg got a high sticking minor, 18 seconds into the Grizzlies power play. So we're skating 4-on-4. Berg got 2 minutes for high sticking, according to the ECHL box score on the app. Growlers cross center ice. Southers skates down the left wing. He loses the puck as he was trying to get around Mayhew. As Cranley behind his net will give way. As Grizzlies here with 2 minutes and counting left in the second period. Moving out to Stapley on the right side. Stapley gains the line. Right wing, he kicks it off a Growler skate and it goes to the corner. As Stapley battles with the Growler 2-on-2. Mayhew's over in the area. As Mayhew near Cutler. Mayhew gathers it and feeds it to the left side all alone. Josh Wesley skates in. Backhand shot saved by Pexa. As the Growlers 3-on-2 enter the zone. Wesley on a back check deflects it as the Growlers in the left point will back it out to neutralize themselves. As Cutler points towards the bench, he'll come off as the Growlers skate in. Ferentz skates along the right side. He enters the zone. Utah took it away. Dylan Fitz skates down Broadway. Veers off to the left side. Took a righty shot. And it goes wide. It might have gotten a piece of Pexa as the Growlers gather the puck. 18 seconds left in the 4-on-4 as the Growlers skate in onside as they dance around to the left point as Singleton drops it off on the left side as the Growlers will stop as Dillingham. He's on the left side. He'll feed it back to the right for, we believe, Singleton. Now the Growlers backing out themselves to center ice. Victor's out of the box. Growlers have a 15-second power play. As Newfoundland gains the line far side, they veer off to the left. Lefty shot. And a pad save by Cranley, who's played a good game. As now coming out of the box will be Berg. As Berezowski gets to the high slot. Berg's out of the box. Tykonik, lefty shot, is blocked away by Cranley. Grizzlies slide it out towards Berg at the Utah blue line. Berg gets it. He skates towards his left. Berg chips a right wing pass to Stapley. Stapley gains the line and throws it towards Berg. It goes over his head in the far corner. Newfoundland taps to the end boards, and they gather the puck, and they station themselves behind Pexa. Easy for me to say with 15 seconds left in the second. Growlers skate from right to left. They get to the far side. They're still on their own end. Campagna challenges. Puck kicks off a skate to center ice. Now O'Brien skates in. 5 seconds left. O'Brien near goal line. Backhands it out in front. It goes wide. And that will do it for 40 minutes over in Newfoundland, as the only goal scored in the period was on the power play as Keenan Southers redirected a David Ferentz shot. Brock Caulfield also got an assist as the time of that goal was 9:50 into the second period. The difference in the game, Growlers 2 power play goals. Grizzlies have 1 as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1. Newfoundland had a big edge in the shot count in the second period as through 2 frames they have outshot the Grizzlies 32-14. We'll come back and recap the first 2 periods. We'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1 after 2 periods. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Second intermission over in Newfoundland as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1. Growlers have had a big edge in the shot count, 32-14. Utah had 6 shots in the first and 8 in the second. Growlers have 16 shots in each of the first 2 periods. Growlers scored the first 2 goals of the game. Zach O'Brien, 8:21 in. Got a rebound off a Johnny Tykonik shot. O'Brien got his 8th of the year. Isaac Johnson and Johnny Tykonik with the assists. It was a power play goal, 8:21 in. Later in the first period, 11:43 in, Jackson Berezowski got his 10th of the year on a one-timer on a pass from former Grizzly James Melindy, who was in the right side. Melindy to Berezowski to the back of the net. Melindy got his 2nd assist of the year as it's only his 5th game. And Grant Cruikshank also picked up an assist, which is his 14th of the year. Grizzlies got on a power play after Josh Victor got a tripping minor, 16:14 in. 8 seconds into the power play. It might be the quickest into a power play the Grizzlies have scored this year. Brett Stapley got his 6th of the season, with Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew getting the assist. So Wesley has a power play point in 3 straight games. Kyle Mayhew has an assist in 5 straight contests. The score was 2-1 Growlers after 1 period. The only goal scored in the second period was on the power play as Keenan Suthers redirected a shot from, we believe, David Ferentz. 9:50 in, Ferentz and Brock Caulfield got the assist. And for Keenan Suthers, it's his first goal of the season as it's his 7th game with the Growlers this year. Suthers, for a guy that's listed at 6'8" and 245 and looks every bit of it, well, he's been one of their best players, and he looks like he moves around pretty well for a guy his size. Last year with the Growlers in 56 games, he had 18 goals and 22 assists. This past offseason, he signed a 1-year AHL contract with the Toronto Marlies. And so he was not with the Growlers when they faced the Grizzlies on Thanksgiving week at Maverick Center, but Suthers has made his presence felt, has played good hockey this weekend. That's where it stands in terms of the scoring. In terms of shots for the Grizzlies, 14 through 2 periods. Brett Stapley leads the way with 4. He's been outstanding once again. He's an even in the plus-minus category, and he has Utah's lone goal. 2 shots each for Josh Wesley and Brandon Cutler, and then 1 shot for Yoon, Messner, Fitz, Berg, Penner, and Campagna. For the Growlers, they already have 32 shots as Will Cranley has already seen a game's worth of shots in 2 periods. Cranley has really held his own for the Grizzlies well, as he has saved 29 of 32. For the Growlers and their 32 shots, they're led by Grant Cruikshank and Neil Shea, who each have 5 shots. Johnny Tykonik has 4 shots. Zach O'Brien and Keenan Suthers each have 3 shots, with one of Suthers and O'Brien's shots finding the back of the net. 2 shots each for Ferentz, Escott, and James Melindi, and then 1 shot each for a few different Growlers. It's just about everybody has registered a shot on goal for Newfoundland. In fact, the only 3 guys who haven't taken a shot for the Growlers are Todd Skirving, Nolan Dillingham, and Josh Victor. Yakoslav Peksa, the Growlers goaltender, has saved 13 of 14. So that's a story over at Mary Brown Center. And once again, we apologize for viewing on YouTube. We're trying to describe the game the best we can, but there wasn't any way to see that Berg got a penalty or anything of that. Like, some of the details that you absolutely need in order to describe a hockey game aren't even being shown. Well, hopefully the third period will be a fun one, as the Grizzlies are trying to overcome a 2-goal deficit. One game in the league has gone final as the Greenville Swamp Rabbits get a 3-2 overtime victory over the defending Kelly Cup champion Florida Everblades. So the Swamp Rabbits stay in first place in their division, as it looks like Coyle got his first of the year in 44 seconds into overtime, as the Growlers come away with a 3-2 victory. Halfway through the second period, Maine leads Adirondack 3-2. 15 minutes left in the second. Indy and Norfolk are tied at 1. Also with 15 minutes left in the second, South Carolina leads Atlanta 4-1. Early on, Wheeling and Orlando are scoreless. 6 minutes in, Jacksonville and Savannah are scoreless. Trois-Rivières and Worcester are just getting underway. Let's see if Corey Thomas is in the lineup. I think he was placed on reserve for the Lions. He was added to the roster yesterday, but Corey Thomas is not in the Trois-Rivières lineup against Worcester. That game just underway, no score. At 5:30, Iowa is at Fort Wayne, and Toledo is at Cincinnati. At 6 o'clock, Rapid City is at Tulsa, and Allen is at Wichita. And at 7 o'clock, Reading goes for the 3-game sweep as they take on the Idaho Steelheads. Reading last night got a great goaltending performance from former Grizzly goaltender Parker Gahagan. Remember Gahagan, that was the year where only half the league played. He had an AHL deal with Colorado. Gahagan, remember, it's kind of an interesting trivia question. He actually was the league goaltender of the week in back-to-back weeks in the month of May. That's right, May was still in the regular season that year, and Parker Gahagan really was outstanding for the Grizzlies that final month of the regular season, which was in May of 2021, and which was an absolutely crazy year. And Gahagan almost single-handedly, as well as great forward performances from guys like A.J. White and Trey Bradley. Those guys were instrumental to the Grizzlies making the playoffs that year. So Gahagan right now is a member of the Reading Royals, and hopefully if he's in net, he'll do a good job against the Grizzlies' arch rival, the Idaho Steelheads. When we come back, we'll give you some NHL and NBA scores, and we'll also have third period action over at Mary Brown Center as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Second intermission over at Mary Brown Center. Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1. I am nowhere near where the game's being played. We're not in the same time zone. I don't know. We're 3.5 hours away in terms of time zone difference between where we're sitting here in the lobby at Maverick Center next to the Grizzlies team store and where the Grizzlies are over in Newfoundland for the second of a 3-game weekend series. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, lost 8-4 to the Colorado Avalanche today as Sam Reinhart had 3 goals and Alex Barkov had 4 assists to lead the Panthers. Matthew Tkachuk also had 1 goal and 3 assists to lead Florida as they get their 25th victory of the season, 8-4 over the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh leads Baltimore 17-7 as it's week 18 of the National Football League. Pittsburgh is 9-7 this year. Baltimore is 13-3, but the Ravens are resting some key players, including quarterback Lamar Jackson, as Pittsburgh leads Baltimore 17-7. Later on tonight, Houston faces Indy in a huge game. Both teams are 9-7 on the year. That's a big AFC South battle as the Colts are a 1-point favorite against Houston, and that should be an interesting one tonight over at Lucas Oil Stadium. In the NHL, we mentioned Florida defeated Colorado 8-4. The other final, Philadelphia over Calgary 3-2. Few games just getting underway. Tampa has a goal early on. They lead Boston with 16 minutes left in the first. Minnesota and Columbus, no score, 4.5 minutes in. Buffalo has an early 1-0 lead, 4.5 minutes in against Pittsburgh. Rangers and Montreal are just getting underway, as is the case with Vancouver and New Jersey. Toronto and San Jose getting underway shortly. Toronto is the NHL affiliate of the Growlers. They have a record of 19-10-7. At 6 o'clock, St. Louis is at Carolina, and Nashville is at Dallas. And at 8 o'clock, Ottawa is at Edmonton, and the New York Islanders are in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. One NBA game later on this evening, the Jazz are at the 76ers. That game will start at 5:30. 76ers a 6-point favorite. Jazz are 16-20 this year. 76ers are 23-11. When we come back, we'll have third period action as Grizzlies and Growlers do battle here in the middle game of this 3-game set. It's going to be a long time, it feels like, since the Grizzlies will be back at Maverick Center. But I'm really looking forward to seeing live hockey a few weeks from now over at Maverick Center as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush for the first 3 times this season. Don't forget the Grizzlies' next home game. It's going to be a Smith's Family Night. That's going to be Wednesday, January 26th. And with Smith's Family Night, it's 4 tickets for $40 and $10 for each additional ticket. So 5 tickets for $50 or 6 for $60. I tell you what, $10 a ticket, you can't even get a good meal anymore for $10. Yeah, you can come see the Grizzlies in action on Smith's Family Night against the Rapid City Rush. On Friday, January 26th, in the middle game of the homestand, the Grizzlies will face the Rush, and it's going to be an AFCU Friday where tickets start at $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. And Guns N' Hoses Night will be on Saturday, January 27th, and really it's an all-day extravaganza with charity games starting around 12:30, leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. That's going to be a ton of fun. It's usually a sellout, and we're hoping for another sellout on Guns N' Hoses Night. So make sure to get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. You want to get them while you still can get tickets for that game, as hopefully we'll get a sellout at Maverick Center, and that should be a fun atmosphere for Guns N' Hoses Night. That's going to be on Saturday, January 27th. Face-off will be at 7:10, but make sure to come on down to the charity games as well earlier in the afternoon. When we come back, we'll have third period action over at Mary Brown Center as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Newfoundland Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Newfoundland Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Newfoundland leads Utah 3-1 as we're about set for third period action over at Mary Brown Center. As the Mountain Division standings shake out, the Grizzlies are in sixth place with 24 standings points and a .414 winning percentage. They passed Wichita, who's now in last place with 24 standings points and a .387 winning percentage. As for the Newfoundland Growlers, good thing the playoffs don't start today because they'd be on the outside looking in. They are in fifth place in the North Division with a .532 winning percentage, 33 standings points, and a record of 14, 12, and 5. Well, we do know with as well as the Grizzlies have played here at home this season, we know if the Grizzlies can win their fair share of road games from here on out, they can end up battling for a playoff spot. As third place right now, after Kansas City, they're in first place with 47 points. Idaho's in second place with 45. Tulsa is in third place with 31 points. They ended a 7-game losing streak last night as they defeated Rapid City at home 6-3. Rapid City is now in fourth place with 30 standings points. Allen is in fifth place with 29 standings points as the Americans are playing their 33rd game this season as they are at Wichita tonight. Looks like the Growlers are heading onto the ice to start the third period. Their goaltender, Yakoslav Peksa, hasn't been all that busy. He has just seen 14 shots and he has saved 13 of them as the lights are still out over Newfoundland as Isaac Johnson straps up his helmet. Johnson really has been a key contributor for the Growlers all season as he has 28 points in 19 games. And Johnson was a standout for the Growlers last year as in 36 games for Newfoundland. He has 18 goals and 27 assists. One thing that really stands out about the Growlers roster is how many AHL and NHL affiliate players they get. Guys that have signed AHL or NHL contracts. Peksa, the goaltender tonight, has an NHL deal. The backup tonight, the guy who played last night, Dryden McKay, has an AHL contract. 3 different defensemen have AHL deals, including David Ferentz, Nolan Dillingham, and Johnny Tykonik. They've got more forwards that have AHL deals than they do ECHL deals. In fact, there are 8 forwards on their current roster of the 14 that have AHL contracts. So you talk about among the defensemen, there are 13 players. Of the 26 on the roster, half the roster is filled with guys with either AHL or NHL contracts, as they've gotten a ton of help from the Toronto Maple Leafs as well as the Toronto Marlies. We'll start the third period. I believe we'll be skating 5-on-5 to start the third period, as those penalties came with 2 minutes and change left in the second period. Josh Victor's tripping minor 17:03 in, and Berg got a high sticking 17:21 in. So we will be skating 5-on-5. Penner will take the draw against Daw, and the puck is won by Newfoundland. They skate from left to right in a white jersey with dark numbers and a bit of gold mixed in. Grizzlies skating from right to left in a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Grizz cross center ice and lifted in as Fitz throws it behind the net as it goes back towards Penner. Over to Fitz, left wing. Righty shot, glove saved by Peksa, as looked like Cody Cron was out in front trying to redirect it, but Peksa makes the glove save as he has now stopped 14 of 15. So Grizzlies get the first shot in the third period, and down by 2 goals, they're going to need quite a few good looks on Peksa and the Growlers to try to climb back in this one. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone drawn. Everybody dancing around in Newfoundland. It seems to be their thing. As Penner will take the draw against Southers. Southers scored the third goal for the Growlers tonight. Growlers win the face-off. They tap it off the near glass. As Southers throws it in, he chases after it. Puck on the far side as Yoon surveys, and now he's surrounding a Growler. As the Growlers get double teamed, Southers gets hit. Yoon takes the puck. He crosses center ice. Left wing pass connects as Penner skates towards the left circle. Now along the goal line, skates in. Righty shot saved by Peksa. And the Growlers goaltender dives to clear it up. And he clears it and actually holds on to it as he just covered it up. As Grizzlies take their second shot of the third period, now have an offensive zone draw about a minute into the third period. So pretty productive shift by Penner, Fitz, and Cron there to start the third period. Grizzlies in the third period last night switched up their forward lines a bit, as we saw quite a bit of Aaron Aragon, who had 1 goal and 1 assist, draw one by the Grizzlies after making a line change. Mayhew's out there, Stapley, Gallant, and Cutler, as Wesley's out there for the Grizzlies as well. Along the far side, Gallant battles as Wesley's in the area, as puck trickles towards Cutler, but the Growlers get the puck. They move it out to center ice. Growlers skate in 3-on-3. Newfoundland centers it. Berezowski one-timer goes wide. As Singleton, the near corner, battles with a couple Grizzlies. Mayhew tosses ahead to Stapley. He moves it ahead. It bounced off the stick of Gallant as the puck goes back to the Growlers' blue line. Newfoundland gets to Berezowski. He slides it across to Caulfield, who crosses center ice, make that number 5 cap check. Cap check gains the line, but the whistle blows. The Growlers apparently were offside about a minute and a half into the third period. Same teams tomorrow afternoon. 12:20 pregame show, 12:30 face-off. As Grizzlies are hoping to go for a sweep. Growlers are hoping it's a rubber match. 18:33 left in the third. Growlers take it, but the Grizzlies get it at center ice. Raby fires it towards Pexa, as Pexa gets it to Campagna. As Campagna couldn't handle it just outside the left circle. Growlers cross center. They lift it in. It bounced off of Semek's glove, who was leaping to try to make sure it didn't go in deeper. As the Growlers get it, but the Grizzlies throw it out to the left side. Campagna will move it to neutral ice. He'll tap it off the wall for Messner. As Messner throws it in, it goes back to Ray B. Trying to start to Campagna. Bounced off a Growler. Now it goes to Campagna. Left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Pexa. And he holds on as Pexa makes the save in his Toronto Maple Leafs colored pads. As about 2.5 minutes into the third period. It's 3-1 Growlers. Grizzlies will have another offensive zone draw. So already at least 3 or 4 shots by the Grizzlies here in this third period. As we were getting the same feed that they show on the video board at center ice. Just seeing a bunch of fans seeing themselves as Aragon takes a draw against Southers. Grizzlies win the faceoff. Gallant left side, righty shot. As saved by Pexa as a Growler gets knocked down in front of the crease. And Neil Shea getting very aggressive there in Aragon. As now Aragon and Shea, the linesmen are between the two. As Aragon sticks his right arm out. Neil Shea being held back by the linesman. As there's a Growler out in front of the crease after the Growlers were able to cover up, and a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. So Grizzlies once again will have an offensive zone draw. I think if you're a Grizzlies fan, you have to like the offensive zone time the Grizzlies are getting here. You got to like the fact the Grizzlies are getting quite a few shots on Pexa here early on in the third period. But it looks like Growlers are going to get a penalty. We couldn't see if Aragon's in there as well. As Neil Shea, we believe, is in the penalty box representing the Growlers. As there was a little bit of pushing. They might just have offsetting roughing minors and put Aragon in the box for the Grizzlies and Shea for the Growlers. So Shea gets 2 minutes for roughing. It's going to be a Grizzlies power play. Right side Grizzlies get it. Mayhew gets to Stapley as Grizzlies slide it off the near wing boards. Nobody was at the point. Growlers poke it to the left point, and they clear it out to center as Cole Gallant gets the Utah blue line over to Kyle Mayhew. Grizzlies skate from right to left as Mayhew back deep in his own end gets it to Josh Wesley. 2 minutes for roughing for Neil Shea. Grizzlies have a power play. As Mayhew crosses center ice, right wing pass connects. Grizzlies skate into the right side, and it's Gallant who stops before he gets to the corner far side. Now he drops to the corner for Raby, back to Stapley. He gets double teamed along the far wall. It goes to Gallant out of the pile. Gallant centered it. It bounced off a Growler's stick as they try to clear it out. Wesley kept it in as Berezowski tried to clear it. As the puck spins along the near boards, it goes back to center ice as Mayhew crosses the center red. Now he crossed the blue line. He taps it towards the middle. As Berg has a bounce off of him, it goes off the backboards as Berg skates towards the far side. He feeds it up top. Grizz get it across to Mayhew. Halfway through the power play, Mayhew skates down the middle. Lefty shot goes just wide as the Growlers gather it, and they throw it past Mayhew as it exits the zone. Grizzlies make a full line change. As Will Cranley back behind his net. He's played a good game. Will drop it off as the Grizzlies back behind their net. Brian Yoon gets it. As Yoon dances around, he skates down the middle. He's still in his own end as he fakes it behind his back. Yoon carries it towards neutral ice. Now gets it to the Utah blue line. Grizz chip it to Mick Messner, left wing. Over to Cutler, dumps it in. Cutler, 4 power play goals this season. Josh Victor chases after. He bounces it off of Messner as the puck flies to center ice, and it bounces at center. Campagna gets it. He gains the line, and he was skating down the middle. Growlers poke it away. Campagna gets hit with a high stick. It's going to be a penalty as another Growler, James Melindi, angrily fires it back towards Cranley. This high sticking is going to be the cause. Tate Singleton is going to get a high sticking penalty. If Campagna draws blood, it could be 4 minutes. It's 3-1 Growlers, but the Grizzlies will have a 5-on-3 for a short amount of time. And then after that, we'll continue on with a 5-on-4 power play. Shea's in the box, serving a roughing minor, and he's being joined by Tate Singleton. So it's 3-1 Growlers, but the Grizzlies have a golden opportunity to climb back in the game. Looks like it's a minor penalty. The 5-on-3 won't be very long. I think it might just be about 16 seconds. If the ECHL box score is correct, 16 seconds of a 5-on-3. Newfoundland leads Utah 3-1. As Cutler will take the draw against Stapley. Cutler gets held up. Puck goes to Mayhew. He gets to the right side. Wesley back to Mayhew. Over to Stapley. He's in the left circle. 7 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Stapley skates towards his right. Gets over to Wesley. Left side. Wesley fires a shot. And it's blocked away by Pexa. Wesley gets it as Shea's out of the box. He joins the play. Fitz gets back checked by Shea, who gets the puck at center ice. Shea gets pushed by Fitz. Shea keeps the puck left side. Lefty shot goes just wide as puck goes to the near side. Grizzlies will backhand it to center. Utah carries it across the line. Growlers poke it away. Growlers cross center ice 1-on-3. Stapley got it back to the Utah blue line. Now Stapley battles behind the score bug. 3 Grizzlies in the area as coming out of the pile. Literally can't see anybody there behind where the scoreboard is on the left side of the screen. Berezowski, right side, will fire it across, and now play is stopped with 15-18 left in the third. So puck must have deflected out of play as Grizzlies still on a 5-on-4 power play. Wesley had one look there. It was just after Shea came out of the box. And Wesley just couldn't connect this. Pexa looks like he's played a pretty decent game. He hasn't been very busy so far tonight. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone with 15-18 left in the third. And the power play continues for the next minute. As Grizzlies win the draw, they skate from right to left as Burr crosses center ice. Burr gets to the line and throws it in as he chases after it. Pexa behind his net, feeds it to the far side. As the Growlers kick it to the right point, Grizzlies have a tap off their stick, and the Growlers brushing out to center. Yoon over to Messner at the Utah blue line. Back to Yoon from Messner as he gets it back to Messner. As Messner had to get a little bit of a tricky hop as Gallant was nearby. Messner over to Yoon the right side. Yoon crosses center ice and he fires it in. Berg lets it go to Messner as he'll tap it back up top for Yoon, who skates towards his right. Yoon fakes a shot. Now gets it to Gallant, left point. Back to Yoon. High slot, righty shot. Saved by Pexa as it kicks back towards the near corner. As the Growlers spin it around, cut off in the right point by Campagna. As Yoon over to Campagna, he's in the right circle. Take a lefty shot, saved by Pexa. As puck goes back to the right point. Yoon skates towards the corner, now gets it back up top. As Messner over to Yoon, right side, across off the wall to Campagna. Puck ricochets out to center ice. Out of the box is Tate Singleton, as we're now skating 5-on-5. 14 minutes left in the third period. Growlers still lead 3-1. Grizzlies back in the near corner of their own end, skating from right to left as Quinn Wickers will tap it off the glass as the puck goes towards Raby. Raby battles with Zach O'Brien, but Raby will feed it back towards Wickers, who's in the far circle of his own zone, across to Raby, who moves it ahead. It bounced off a Grizzlies skate. That's Tyler Penner as puck goes back to the Growlers. They're on their own end. 13.5 minutes left in the third. They lead 3-1. Singleton loses it. Grizzlies, Karan gets divorced in the puck as he got hit by Josh Victor. As the Growlers slide it to center ice. Now they gather it. Skating against Caulfield. He gets it poked away by Wickers. As the Grizzlies brush it ahead. As Utah saucers it to Raby left side. Raby gets it. Skates towards the circle. Raby looking past. He gets hit by Melindi. As Raby feeds it from one corner to the other. Now right side. Righty shot goes wide. as Mayhew gets collided with Melindy. Stapley centers it towards Raby. Couldn't handle it. Now right side righty shot. And the block saved by Pexa. Now right side Grizzlies get it back. Wesley one-timer, and it goes wide as there's 12:50 and counting left in the third. Growlers move it over Zach O'Brien's head. It goes to center ice as Adam Daw dumps it in. Make that Escott as Cranley behind his net. We'll throw it to the far side. Grizzlies move it across as Cutler across to Mayhew. It's off the boards. Mayhew gallops after it as it goes back to the Growlers. Far corner, they get double teamed. Grizzlies throw it in front of their own net as Josh Wesley moves it ahead. Grizzlies cross center. Stapley overskates it. He gets it back and taps it off a Growler. It lifts in the air as the Growlers, Josh Victor gloves and drops it. He feeds it to the left side. Growlers fire it to the right corner as Hume skates around his net. He gets around Quinn Wickers and moves it ahead. Grizzlies with a diagonal pass to Cutler at center ice. Cutler gets blasted by Nolan Dillingham as Dillingham with an AHL contract with the Toronto Marlies. As the Growlers out to center ice. They fired around the wall. Cranley has a bounce off him to the near corner. As a bouncing puck, Raby in the area. He gathers it as he slides it ahead. Adam Berg will move it to his right. Stapley throws it in after crossing center ice. Berg chases after it. He gets around the Growlers net as Berg skates towards the point, drops it back off the end boards. Grizzlies behind the Growlers net, skate towards the far corner. Now they kick it up top to the All-Star Mayhew, who backhands it towards the far corner. As Utah centers it off a Growler skate. Utah centering pass shot goes wide. Now the Grizzlies kick it out in front. It bounced off of Pexa behind the net. Penner overskates it. Tyconic battles with Penner as now the net moves as everybody handing around. Puck gets pinballed around. Growlers get it. As the Growlers cross center ice, Neil Shea fires it in. It bounced off a Wicker stick at the Utah blue line as it goes to Aaron Aragon, who backs it out deep in the Grizzlies zone as Utah is in control of the puck 9 minutes into the third period. Grizzlies cross center. Mayhew skates down the right side. He'll skate in. Lefty shot saved by Pexa. Rebound goes to the far corner. As Newfoundland leads 3-1. Growlers skate around Utah's net towards the near side as they backhand it towards center. Mayhew collides with a Growler. Chasing after it is Josh Wesley. The arm is raised by the linesman as Singleton loses his cool and pushes Mayhew almost in a cross-checking motion. As Mayhew taps his stick, Mayhew's going to get an interference minor. As Singleton was skating towards neutral ice, chasing after the puck, and Mayhew cut off his pursuit. However, Singleton is going to get a penalty as well. As Singleton yelling at Mayhew, both guys will take a seat in their respective penalty boxes. So looks like we'll skate 4-on-4 here about halfway through the third period. So Mayhew, we believe, is an interference minor. I don't know. Singleton might have got a roughing minor. We'll come back in 1 minute as the Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
So we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes as Kyle Mayhew got an interference minor, 9:20 in. Singleton, we think, lost his cool and cross-checked Mayhew and got a cross-checking minor at that same time. There's 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third period. Newfoundland leads Utah 3-1. Nobody has scored here so far in the third period. Growlers scored the first 2 goals of the game. Zach O'Brien, 8:21 in on the power play. Jackson Berezowski, 11:43 into the first. Scored on a one-timer from the left circle. Grizzlies' lone goal was Brett Stapley, 16:22 into the first. He scored from the right side with Wesley and Mayhew gained the assist. As the Growlers got a second period power play goal by Southers, 9:50 in with Ferentz and Caulfield gained the assists. So we're skating 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Puck rolls along the near side in the Growlers zone as Stapley will bounce it off of Wesley. Growlers cleared out to center where Stapley gathers it at the red line as he backhands it to Gallant, who reaches, gets it as Gallant skates along the far goal line as he loses it, as Gallant gets tripped up behind the Growlers net. 2-on-2 battle as Gallant back to his feet. Yoon surveys in front of the Growlers net. As they continue to battle, Growlers come out of the pile with the puck. It was more like a 3-on-2 scrum than it was 2-on-2, as the Growlers will carry it out to neutral ice. They chip it ahead as the puck is lost to the Grizzlies at Utah's blue line, as it goes to Gallant, who skates towards his right. Now drops off for Wesley as the Grizzlies make a line change. 1:14 and counting left in the 4-on-4. Growlers still lead by 2. Left wing pass, Grizzlies cross center. Cutler gains the line, chips it towards the middle. It goes to the left point as Utah throws the high slot. Utah swings and misses, and that's Semick. Grizzlies keep in the zone as Wickers to Cutler. He's in the right point. Cutler will dance it across as he fires it off the left corner for Wickers as the referee gets in the way, and that's how Wickers lost the puck and lost his pursuit. As the Growlers get to neutral ice, Growlers cross center. Grizzlies back defensively as Newfoundland will kick it off the near wing wall. Grizzlies will tap it off the glass. It goes past Caulfield out to center ice. James Melindy will slide it across to his zone. As the Growlers, 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4, move it ahead to Melindy. Right side, slap shot, saved by Cranley in the butterfly position. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Growlers back in their own end, 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4, get to center ice. As Escott gains the line, make that Southers. He centers it. Lefty shot saved by Cranley, who's played a good game. Utah pushes it ahead. Grizz cross center. Raby gains the line, stops on the left side as the Growlers poke it away from him. We're skating 5-on-5 again. Berezowski skates the right circle, centers it. Great play by Brian Yoon, diving to intercept the centering pass. As Yoon gets back up, gets the puck. Blue line to blue line pass connects. Grizzlies skate down the middle. Righty shot. Saved by Pexa. As looked like Wesley had a pretty good look. As the Growlers skate towards center ice. Now they get around Wesley. They skate towards the left side. Singleton, lefty shot, hits the side of the net. As the puck ricochets, stays in play. Actually, it looks like it went out of play as everybody stops skating. As we get a whistle with 8:20 left in the third. Well, regardless of what happens in the outcome of the game, you have to really like Will Cranley's effort. His first game in a week, and he's really done a great job. As Cranley's seen a ton of shots, he has saved 32 of 35. Grizzlies have outshot the Growlers 6-3 so far in the third period, as nobody was able to score on the 4-on-4, as it's still 3-1 Growlers. Escott will take the draw against Aaron Aragon. Aragon with 3 goals as a Grizzly. He played with Idaho to start the season, had 2 goals in 4 games. Grizzlies win the draw. They spin it out to center ice. Grizz skate in left side as Karan drops off for Berg, who gets hit. Berg and Karan, former Cincinnati players. Now Aragon skates towards the right side, chips it to Karan. Right side, shot goes wide as Karan chases after it, but the Growlers get there first. They tap it off the glass. Wickers keeps it in. Now the Growlers feed it out to center ice as Semick will move it across the right side. Grizzlies throw it in as Growlers chase after it behind their net. They backhand it to the right side. Aragon collides with a Growler as foot race towards the end boards. Growlers will move it out to Adam Daw. Daw will chip it off the wall. It goes to center ice, but the Grizzlies get the puck. Utah fires it off the near wing wall. They get it back and fire it in as it glides around the wall, cut off by Pexa behind his net. Pexa's got good size at 6'3" and 181 pounds. As the Growlers near side will chip it ahead off the wall. Growlers enter 2-on-2. Wesley pokes it away from Crookshank. Near corner, Grizzlies collide. They lose it. Near side, Growlers right wing shot is blocked away by Cranley. Utah gets the rebound. Grizz down by 2 with about 7 minutes and 10 seconds left as they throw it in and make a change. Stapley chases after the Growlers, who fire a right wing diagonal pass that connects. As the puck goes back to the left side, they chip it out in front, backhand shot, saved by Cranley. As they got to O'Brien in the slot, fired a crafty backhand shot, and Cranley kicks it away and is able to hold on with about 7 minutes left in regulation. Well, you really have to like the progress of Will Cranley here over the last 3 appearances. He got the victory for Utah 8 days ago against Tulsa in the first game after the Christmas break. That was on December 29th, and then Cranley was able to get he didn't get the decision, but he stopped all 13 shots he saw in the first 16 minutes of the December 30th game, and Cranley's been on point tonight. Growlers win the draw. They get over to the right side. Hopefully I didn't jinx things there. Singleton has it just outside the right circle. He throws it across as the Growlers will bounce it off the end wall. Grizzlies chase after it as Utah will slide it to center ice. It bounced off a Growler and goes deeper into Newfoundland zone. Growlers chase after it, and they get it back behind their net as they spread the ice. As the Growlers looking things over, time is on their side with a 2-goal lead. As the Growlers still behind their own nets. Campagna now in front of the Growlers' net trying to initiate some action. As the Growlers still behind their own nets. As the Growlers dance around, Campagna now will initiate, skates around the net himself as the Growlers will move it out to the center ice. As Newfoundland gains center ice, Lindy Fandon dumping it in. As the puck trickles back into Growlers territory, we get a whistle. As Quinn Wickers looked like he was hit with a high stick as he's checking his teeth to make sure they're all still in place. As Wickers tells the referee, look, there's blood. In fact, he's probably saying he's missing some teeth as Brian Hume checking at the blue line. Well, that's a little bit concerning when you're checking at the blue line to see if you see some chiclets, see some teeth out there. It almost looked like that's what Brian Hume was looking for. As Wickers looked like he got a mouthful. Actually, it was away from the screen, but Wickers must have gotten a mouthful of a stick. So we imagine Utah is going to get a power play as play had stopped and Wickers holding his face. It's almost the only time you wish your own guy was showing blood because that would give you an extra 2 minutes on a power play. As Grizzlies looking to find a way to climb back in, the effort has certainly been strong for the Grizzlies tonight, as they're certainly going to be working it here as the road trip continues. This is game 2 of a stretch where the Grizzlies have 7 games in 10 days. As we believe the Grizzlies are on a power play as Quinn Wickers appeared to be hit with a high stick. As there's 6:05 left in regulation. The ECHL app hasn't updated itself. Make sure to follow the Grizzlies on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, X, and where are we also on? TikTok. I hear the Grizzlies are pretty good on TikTok. I'm on X at Tyson on Sports. And for help me, I'm probably not going to join TikTok unless I think that that's somehow going to make my career all of a sudden just boom and take off. In that case, you bet I'll join TikTok. I wonder if a media timeout happened and we didn't spot it. I don't know. As everybody's dancing around, we do know that the very second we go to a commercial, bam, the action would happen on the ice. We'll take that chance. We'll come back in 15 seconds after this word from Maverick. Growlers lead the Grizzlies 3-1. Well, we're still trying to figure out an update there as it looked like Brian Hume was looking for Quinn Wickers' teeth. And, well, the one thing we can say is there are a lot of fans in attendance looking at themselves on the video board. And, boy, it didn't look like him. There's still over 6 minutes left, so we can't imagine it's a media timeout unless they've used it. But we've been away from the ice for a couple minutes here as, Wickers was hit up top, we believe, as he was holding his face. That's all we really know. We believe the Grizzlies are going to have a power play, although they haven't updated the box score yet to show any penalty being called, as the last penalties were the matching minors with Mayhew and Singleton. Grizzlies are 1 for 4 on the power play. Growlers are 2 for 4. Looks like they've been away for a few minutes. I don't know if everybody's on the ice looking for Wickers' teeth or not. As hopefully Wickers has all his teeth in place. Let's see. It's a 2-minute power play for the Grizzlies. We're finally back to live action. We see some relevant footage. As the Growlers win the faceoff, they clear it all the way out. Cranley behind his net. We'll give it to Josh Wesley. As there's now less than 6 minutes left in regulation. Growlers took it away from Wesley. They look to center it. Wesley recovers as he gets the puck. He carries it across center ice, 3-on-4. Wesley chips into the far corner, but it appears the Grizzlies are offside as the Eagle Eye linesmen blow the whistle. Darryl Butt and Jim Vale as the draw is going to be at neutral ice. As it looks like somebody's celebrating his 30th birthday, and hopefully he's not driving. That's probably not the first beer he's had tonight. As now the draw is going to be at neutral ice, and hopefully we'll be able to see the face-off as a fan in a Tate Singleton jersey. Hey, we got to see the face-off this time. Growlers win it. 5:40 and counting left in the third. As the Grizzlies are on the power play, as the Growlers slide it all the way towards Cranley. As the whistle blows, I think the Growlers just lifted it out of play. As now we get another stoppage. It almost feels like if the Grizzlies want to come back in this game, they've got to do it on this power play. It feels like the next 2 minutes are really going to determine whether the Grizzlies have a legitimate comeback attempt in them. You got to like the scoring chances. You got to like the puck possession for the Grizzlies. They've outshot the Growlers 7-4 here so far in the third period. So it appears that Campagna got a slashing minor and Singleton got 2 minutes for got a double minor for high sticking. So the Grizzlies also got a penalty. Campagna's in the box serving a slashing minor, and Singleton got a double minor for high sticking. So that's why it's a 2-minute power play for the Grizzlies, even though Quinn Wickers appeared to have drawn blood. So it was a double minor for high sticking. However, with Campagna getting a slashing minor, it's just a 2-minute power play for the Grizzlies. We really have no clue why here, since the Grizzlies are on a power play, why play has stopped for as long as it has. As Growlers lead 3-1. We're back in 30 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than.
It looks like we're back to live action. Grizzlies win the draw as Utah gets to Mayhew over to the left side for Stapley. Grizzlies on the power play with 5.5 minutes left in the third. Stapley skates towards his right, fires towards the net, and out in front, Fitz hacks away. Shot saved by Pesca as the Growlers get it and clear it out as the puck pinballed around, and the Growlers eventually got it and were able to clear it out. 1:07 and counting left in the power play as Josh Wesley gets it. He skates around Cranley, who's in front of the net, as Wesley over towards Stapley, left side. Stapley gets it. He stops along the near wing wall. As Stapley skates towards his right, he feeds it to the near goal line for, we believe, Fitz. Over to Mayhew, left side. Back to Wesley, high slot, righty shot. Gets redirected and goes wide and out of play off the protective netting. 4:33 left in the third as Wesley had a wide open look about halfway from the blue line to the goal line. Looks like Pesca was able to make the save. Yakoslav Peksa is 1-4 this season with a goals against average of 5.06. He's played a solid game in net. It's his first time in quite a while that he's been in net for the Growlers. Guy in a St. Louis Blues hat. I wonder if he knows that Cranley's a Blues contract guy. As there's 48 seconds left in the power play, Grizzlies win the draw. Fitz battles in the corner with Cutler. Cutler gets it, skates around the net, gets to the right side. Shot, saved by Pesca. Rebound shot. That one goes wide as Stapley had a good look from the left side. As the Grizzlies down 2. They've had a lot of close calls here. As a scrum over in the far corner. Growlers come out of the pile with the puck. As Dylan Fitz in the area, Growlers, far corner, will bounce it away, and it looks like it clears the zone. As the puck got some air under it as it was at neutral ice. Cranley over to Stapley. 15 seconds left in the power play. 4:20 and counting left in the third. Stapley gets across center ice right wing. Now he gains the line, keeps the puck. He skates towards the far goal line. Centers to Mayhew. He'll take a lefty shot and misses wide. Growlers clear it out. Boy, Grizzlies have had some good looks here on the power play, but just couldn't connect. As Singleton's out of the box, or somebody else representing Singleton's out of the box, he still has to serve the second part of a double minor. As Grizzlies, it looks like according to the clock, are still on the power play. As Messner dumps it in, he collides with the ice as the Growlers are able to clear it out. Boy, it looked like the power play was over according to the score bug, but they gave the Grizzlies some extra minutes. I don't know. 3:40 left in the third. As Cron throws to the right side, Grizzlies skate around the Growlers net, feed it out in front to Cron. Shot saved by Peksa. Now Cron behind the net, tried to chip it out in front, bounced off a stick, and it goes wide. Right side, Grizzlies keep it in the zone as Hummel bouncing off a Growler. 3.5 minutes left as the Growlers skate down the middle. Lefty shot saved by Cranley as puck behind the Grizzlies goal line as the Grizzlies get it. Far side. As Utah moves out to center ice, as Berg skates down the middle, he feeds over to the right side. Grizzlies righty shot, saved by Peksa. That shot was taken by Karan. As we're skating 5-on-5, we believe, with 3 minutes left in the third. Right wing pass to Daw, who moves it ahead. As Johnson couldn't reach as the puck slides all the way towards Cranley, who covers up as there's 2:57 left in the third. There's a timeout of the ice. Growlers lead 3-1. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's fresh.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
The Growlers 3, the Grizzlies 1. Well, Utah had quite a few good looks on their power play. Just couldn't find a way to get one past Pexa, who has been solid in net. It's probably the best he has looked in. It's probably the best that he has looked in his time with the Growlers, as he's really struggled statistically in the first 5 games he has played in. We believe there's 2:57 left in the third. They really only show the time when the puck is in play. Is everybody having a good time? There's 2:57 left. Draw in the Grizzly zone. Utah wins it as Quinn Wickers crosses center ice. We think Cranley's still in there. He gets to Aragon, who skates down the middle. Aragon lefty shot is kicked away by Pexa as the puck goes over to Wickers, who gets to the near circle. Growlers get it. They lift it over Berg's head, make that Wickers as Grizzlies gather it. As I think they said that Wickers got a piece of it. I don't know that it did, as they say it was played with a high stick. Well, it looked like it went over Wickers' head and over his stick cleanly, but they say it was played with a high stick as we get a whistle, as the draw is going to come out of the Grizzly zone. It's probably going to be at neutral ice. He almost felt like if the Grizzlies were going to make that comeback attempt, they were going to have to score on that power play. And boy, they had 3 or 4 really good looks. It's tough to really track where the puck is sometimes. Looked like Pesca was able to make some saves. Looked like a couple of them missed wide, as the Grizzlies trying to climb back in this one. Draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone with 2:38 left in the third. Stapley will take the draw against Cruikshank. It's Stapley that wins it as Mayhew will skate towards the near side. Cranley is still in there for now as he glides towards the bench, we believe, as Raby dumps it in. As the Growlers back over to the near corner. We can't tell if Cranley's still in there. As Cutler in the near corner feeds it back to the far side. There's now 6 Grizzly skaters on the ice. The net is empty. Stapley over to Mayhew, back to Stapley. The 2 Denver products play catch, and then now Stapley over to Gallant. He gets double teamed in the near corner. Growlers get it. They fire towards the empty net, and it goes wide. And the arm is raised by linesman Darrell Butt. As there's 2:03 left in the third, Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw, skating 6-on-5 with the Growlers net empty. Growlers lead this game 3-1. Same teams tomorrow afternoon. 12:20 pregame show, 12:30 faceoff. Here, and unless the Grizzlies are able to make a miracle comeback, looks like it'll be the rubber match of the series. We believe it's going to be the same 6 on the ice. This time, Cutler's taking the faceoff against Cruikshank. Draw one by the Grizz as Mayhew gets to the right side for Wesley. He'll take a righty shot, saved by Pexa. Puck goes back to Wesley on the right side. He gets it to the corner. Cutler gets it out in front to Stapley. Shot goes wide as Stapley had a golden look on a one-timer from the left side. As right side, Grizzlies with the puck as it pinballs around. As Wesley slides to Cutler. He's in the far corner. Cutler kicks it out in front. It bounced off a Growler. Now another Growler gets it, and they lift it out to center. As Grizzlies gathered around the center ice logo, they chip it off the near wall for Fitz, who slides it in. As Mayhew chases after it, Mayhew goes down with Tykonik nearby. As the puck kicks to the near corner, deep in the Growler zone. Cutler over to Stapley. 1:22 left in the third. As Stapley surveys, he gets to Cutler along the near goal line. Cutler back to Stapley. Left circle, righty shot. Saved by Pexa. Rebound. Growlers couldn't clear it out as Wesley kept it in the high slot. As Grizzlies to the right side, get it across to Stapley. Stapley kicks it out in front. It bounced off a Growler. Back to Stapley. As there's 1 minute left in regulation. Grizzlies need 2 goals as Stapley will dance around. 58 seconds left. Now there's 54. Stapley fires towards the net. It goes wide. He was hoping Fitz would redirect it. Wesley keeps it in. Now right side, Grizzlies bobble the puck. Growlers gather it. They fire towards the empty net, and they miss just wide towards the far side as it tapped off the wall, and icing is on the Growlers. The Growlers missed putting this game on ice by inches towards the far side as they were looking to secure the victory. It's still pretty close to being secure as the Grizzlies do need 2 goals as they keep the same 6 on the ice. Stapley out there with Cutler. We were trying to examine who was on the ice for the Grizzlies. Now we see some fans instead. Mayhew, Wesley, Cutler, Stapley. Looked like Gallant might have been out there for the Grizz as well. Dylan Fitz has played some key minutes for the Grizzlies as well. As Draw's going to be in the Growlers zone. It's a 2-goal game, so I can't imagine a timeout's being called either way. Either Matt Cook, the Growlers head coach, or Ryan Knaswich of the Grizzlies. Although it is taking quite a bit to drop the puck here. So it is possible the Grizzlies might be using their one timeout. There's less than a minute left in regulation. As might be 43 seconds left. As nobody has scored here so far in the third, but the Grizzlies have had their opportunities. Roy Stapley, about a minute ago, had a really good look from the left side. Grizzlies have outshot the Growlers 14-6 in the third period. Remember, the first 2 periods, the Growlers outshot the Grizzlies 32-14. So the Grizzlies, with a third period shot edge, they've really given themselves a chance here to climb back in this game. They've had some good chances, just haven't found a way to get one past Pexa, the Growlers goaltender. With as much time as we haven't seen any live action, it's possible a timeout has been called by Ryan Knaswich, the Grizzlies head coach. As it is a 2-goal margin, I think he wanted to keep the same 6 guys on the ice. And so I think he wanted to use the timeout to give his troops a little bit of a break, knowing that that group had quite a bit of a run in terms of a long shift of about a couple minutes. Certainly looks like a good crowd over in Newfoundland, as there was only 1,600 announced last night with a blizzard in the area. I guess the weather was a little bit better today. As a result, most of the seats have been filled by people. As well, it'd be nice to know when we're getting to get the next face-off, or whether the Grizzlies use their timeout, or really anything that's going on out there. At this point, I'm just trying to keep my cool, because this is what it is. As these teams will meet tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. Draws won by the Grizzlies, we believe. Right side, lefty shot, saved by Pexa. 35 seconds left as action in the Growler zone. Grizzlies ski around the net to the near side. As Utah towards the right, Cutler will bounce off a Growler skate, and it goes out to center ice. Cutler gathers it back to the Utah blue line with an empty net behind him. Grizzlies slide it across. Growlers picking off at center ice. Now they skate towards the right side as Singleton drops it off. Puck squirts out to center again. 14 seconds left. Grizzlies cross center ice. Stapley skates in, gets around a Growler down the middle. Over to the right side. Shot goes wide. Boy, the Grizzlies had some opportunities in the third period, but just missed wide. Stapley skates in, left side shot saved by Pexa. Wesley hacking away. He gets hit in the back and falls down with 4 seconds left as Melendi just blasted Wesley right in the back, as Pexa appears to have covered up with 4/10 of a second left in the third period. As this baby's in the refrigerator, and the Growlers are going to get the win in the middle game of this 3-game set. As there's 4/10 of a second left in regulation, with Newfoundland up 3-1. That's going to be the final score. As right there at the whistle, James Melendi just blasted Josh Wesley in the back. As it's going to be a Growlers win, 3-1. 4/10 of a second left. Draw is going to be in the nearest circle. And that will do it as the puck is dropped, as the Growlers get a 3-1 victory. Nobody scored in the third period, even though the Grizzlies outshot the Growlers 15-6 in the final frame, as everybody goes to congratulate Yakoslav Pexa, the Growlers goaltender, who gets his second professional win and second win of the season. It was really a good effort by Will Cranley, who hung in tough and stopped 35 of 38. As he played a good game, but the Grizzlies, boy, they had their opportunities in the third. They just couldn't find a way to capitalize on them. As of the 15 shots, I got to imagine at least half of them would be considered scoring chances by the off-ice officials. So the Grizzlies got an overtime win, 4-3 last night. Tonight, it was a 3-1 Growlers victory, as Newfoundland's record goes to 15-12-5 this season. They are now 8-4-2 at home. Yes, so the Grizzlies, the record falls to 12-18. They are 1-12 away from Maverick Center. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final score from Mary Brown Center. It's the Growlers 3 and the Grizzlies 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Final score, Newfoundland 3, Grizzlies 1. As all the scoring was done in the first half of the contest. Growlers got on the board first, 8:21 into the first. It was a power play goal as Johnny Tykonik took a shot from the high slot that bounced off of Cranley. Zach O'Brien got the rebound and put it away for his 8th of the year. Tykonik and Isaac Johnson got the assists. 3.5 minutes later, the Growlers extended the lead as James Melindi was on the right circle, fed it across to Berezowski, who put it away on a one-timer, 11:43 in. Berezowski's the third Growler to join the double-digit goal-scoring club as he picked up his 10th of the year. Melindi and Grant Cruikshank got the assists. Grizzlies got a power play after Josh Victor got a tripping minor, 16-14 into the first. Grizzlies scored 8 seconds into the power play as Brett Stapley scored from the right circle. It's his 6th of the year as he now has a point in 5 straight games. Josh Wesley has a power play point in 3 straight games. He got an assist. And Kyle Mayhew also picked up an assist as he now has an assist in 5 straight games. Growlers led the Grizzlies 2-1 after one period. Newfoundland outshot the Grizzlies 16-6. Growlers had a 16-8 shot edge in the second period. The only goal was scored by Keenan Suthers. He got his first of the year, 8-9-50 in with Ferentz, and Brock Caulfield getting the assist. Suthers was a key contributor last year for the Growlers. He had 18 goals in 56 games. That was all she wrote for the scoring. Grizzlies, we mentioned in the third period, they put together as many scoring opportunities as you'd like to have. 15 shots, most of them were pretty good looks on Pexa. And, the 15 shots counted, but there were probably 4 or 5 other looks that were, missed in terms of missing the net that went just wide that, the Grizzlies, had some chances there. I mean, Pexa takes up a little bit of the net at 6'3" and even looks a bit taller than that. But it just wasn't enough. Grizzlies put together a chance there. They just couldn't find a way to get one past Pexa, the Growlers goaltender. Pexa, who spells his last name P-E-K-S-A. Attendance was 3,627. Time of game, 2 hours and 28 minutes. The Grizzlies, they had 29 shots in the night. They were outshot 38-29. Josh Wesley had 6 shots, but leading the way was Brett Stapley, who had 7 shots, and most of them came in the third period. So Stapley 7 shots, Wesley had 6. Brandon Cutler had 3 shots. Cutler leads the team with 106 shots on goal this season. 2 shots each for Yoon, Messner, Fitz, Penner, and Campagna. And then 1 shot each for Berg, Gallant, and Mayhew. For the Growlers, they had 3 goals tonight. Zach O'Brien, Jackson Berezowski, and Keenan Suthers had their goals. Neil Shea led the way with 7 shots. Otherwise, he was left off the stat sheet. No goals, no assists, and he was even in the plus-minus category. Grant Cruikshank had 5 shots and had 1 assist. Zach O'Brien and Tykonik each had 4 shots. 3 shots for Suthers and James Melindi, and then 2 shots for David Ferentz, Jackson Berezowski, who had 1 goal. Escott also had 2 shots, and then a few others had 1 shot on goal. So it was just one of those things that the 2 power play goals by the Growlers really felt like the difference in the game. As the Growlers at 2 different points had 2-goal leads. They led 2-0, and then they also had a 3-1 lead after that second period power play goal that was scored by Suthers as he redirected a shot out in front. That was really the big thing, really the big difference between the Grizzlies last night, where they got the 4-3 overtime win, and here tonight. Last night, the Grizzlies never had a lead. They were either down by 1 or they were tied throughout regulation. And then obviously they scored 5 minutes into overtime, but the Growlers never had more than a 1-goal lead. And really that's been the constant on the road for the Grizzlies, is falling behind by 2 or more goals in a game and having to play catch up. That was really the difference in last night's game and why the Grizzlies were able to stay in it throughout, is they did a good job making sure that that lead never got more than one by the home side. And the Grizzlies were able to play well that night. And I thought the Grizzlies put together a good effort here this evening. Will Cranley played solid in net. Just the power play for the Growlers just ended up being a little bit too much. As Newfoundland finished the night 2 for 4 on the power play, the Grizzlies were 1 for 5. So it looks like everybody has filed out of Mary Brown Center. Let's see if we can catch the 3 stars of the game. As the 3 stars, the third star is Keenan Suthers. Suthers picked up that goal 9:50 into the second period. He's the third star. Second star is Zach O'Brien, who had 1 goal on 4 shots. And the first star is James Melindy, who had 1 assist. He was a +1. He had 3 shots and 2 penalty minutes. I'm guessing Melindy, it's just based on the fact that he hasn't played in quite a while. It's only his 5th game of the season. He didn't play in the first game of this series. And I don't think he's played in quite a while. But Melindy's been around with the Growlers as long as the franchise has been around. And I imagine that just his mere presence on the ice tonight is why he's the #1 star of the game. So the Growlers get a 3-1 victory, and it's the rubber match on Sunday as the Grizzlies look to win the series. 12:20 pregame show, 12:30 face-off. Should be an interesting one. If you're Ryan Kanasowicz, do you go with Will Cranley, who was solid tonight in net, or do you go with Dante Januzzi, who had tonight off and acted as the backup? I imagine they'd go back to Januzzi, who had today off, and obviously it's a quick turnaround with tomorrow's game being a 4 o'clock local start in Newfoundland, but obviously with the time difference, it's going to start at 12:30 in the Mountain Time Zone. Cranley's record falls to 1-2 in a Grizzlies uniform, but he played pretty well, stopping 35 of 38, and he made some key saves to keep the Grizzlies in the game, even when it was 3-1, keeping the Grizzlies within striking range. Yakoslav Peksa got the victory for the Growlers. His record goes to 2-4 as he saved 28 of 29. It's very surprising considering there wasn't that many multiple point scores for the Growlers, why Peksa didn't get a star in tonight's game, as I thought he played pretty well. It's probably the best he's looked in a Growlers uniform considering his stats through the first 5 games looked pretty rough. Well, that'll about wrap things up as it's game 2 of the 9-game road trip, and the Grizzlies are now 1-1 on the trip. It's almost like if you're the Grizzlies, you hit 2024 and you hit the reset button in terms of what happened on the road, as there's nothing they can do about those first 11 road games. The Grizzlies couldn't come away with just one of those nights Grizzlies just couldn't find a way to get one past the goal line and, give themselves a chance right there at the very end. I'm about as frustrated as possibly can be, not because of the outcome on the ice, but the fact that this video feed just, boy, you talk about the most irrelevant shots between whistles we possibly could ever see. This isn't some fun little hobby for me. I'm trying to make a living, and it's kind of tough when, you're just hanging by a thread with 43 seconds left trying to figure out if a timeout was called. And then there was a bunch of other things there where I don't like it because it quite frankly makes me look bad because there's not a whole lot there to describe it.